20% reduction in ultimate charge, but it kind of changes per specific type of hero. When you're a strategist, you actually take the biggest hit in just your neutral gain of that ult charge. So if you're sitting around, you won't be seeing your ult charge nearly as fast. So they have to be more involved in order to get those ults faster. And I personally love that change, but that's why you do see less impact of those ultimates and why it kind of takes away from that triple line. But you can see double Hulk, Monster showing the cap, some different stuff already, Vicky, as we start up here.
Jitward is coming out of Spider-Man. Wait, they're going for a play already. But Jitward on the Spider-Man, I don't know how long this one's gonna last here, Shib. I won't sit on the edge of my seat just yet, but I know the audience wanted to see maybe the Spider-Man Ditto coming out, because this is a team that could absolutely run it. The Turtle comes out to play, and Jitward's already getting into position, trying to note where everybody is situated here on the catwalk.
Stars game to
let the games begin. Monster finds one, and Mace immediately thinks again. Are you kidding me? 3 go down here for We Lost His Nightmare with a great start. Zatex gonna self-res right back up, try to keep the team healthy for the
no, we'll put it back up there.
They already have the space removed from them.
If anything, we'll throw the Stars game on that little monitor and see the score.
It's even crazier to see how ready Nightmare was, and this is the beauty of the tank pool. It's going to be matched from both sides. Banhammer, who are they going to ban out, though? That's the question. They put down the bubble before. Skiers forced to back away now. Jitward's falling incredibly low, and this is why you have to think about what you're doing when you're running out with the Spider-Man, even if you could get these environmental KOs off to the right side of this point, because they're ready for it. Yes, you got Vision on the Phoenix dealing so much of that damage.
Yeah, the idea now is just to stall for as long as humanly possible, and I can't believe it, but still on the point. Monster holding for a while, 32%. Not as much percentage as you may be looking for on that early take, but still going to put them up a little bit in an advantage here. You can see the change already as we see Hulk coming into play there for We Lost, taking over control of the point. Speaking of who to hit with the Banhammer, you typically, when you're on Vanguard pool, want to find a strategist that has to land shots. Something like you can see Xantho there on Invis, because if they miss just one of those heals, they'll take that extra damage, and that's why they typically upgrade that Banhammer first, so they just take more and more damage, making it even more difficult to escape as Xantho finds Vision.
And that's why it's so scary, too, as these games progress, the level ups on these Deadpools. But Xantho getting his answer back. Nightmare has answers, though. Aya Bakamoto as Deke protects his team with the It's Jeff. Here comes Jitward, though. Give me back my team. As Deke gets taken out and skeered. That is both of the strats, and now it's going to have to be a reset for Nightmare.
No, the small microphone.
Yeah, and the Hulk smash comes in, finds some value in the cleanup.
Oh, my.
That is a huge later pick there. Stagger for days as Vision goes down. Ton of ults available here for Nightmare in the next fight, though. This is their fight to win. If they somehow aren't able to recap here, I will say this first map would look bleak for them. Monster going to start up here with a freedom charge. That is going to give some ult charge to the rest of the team. Light going to engage here with the Let the Devil out, but do we see value as the bot gets committed? The whale lands, and 3 immediately as we see now Nightmare have priority and head towards point.
Light getting a little stunned, though, and Vision, after making that swap over to the Namor, after seeing Jitward roll out there on the Spider-Man and sticking to it, by the way. He does have that ultimate online. Nightmare are looking to retake this point, because, We Lost are already nearing 8%.
And we do see Zatex now has that res available. Jitward gets caught before using that ultimate. That is a ton of value there from Light. And an early pick in that neutral. Neutral ever more valuable as we see in these battles. But again, Zatex with that ult available, the idea now is the team takes over point and they have a full committed fight where they're not afraid to get KO'd and just ensure they just stall that point for as long as possible before you have to commit that ultimate. Wow, Jitward falling again. Again, huge for the side of Nightmare.
And good luck trying to match that with Vision just bunkered down with all his squids to back him up like a bouncer, but they have to call out where that passive is. Yes, Light takes care of the Adam Warlock, but that Karmic Revival is online. And Vision with the back-to-back, the Born Again rings out, and they call him out immediately, but it's okay. He lets loose of the button, he brings back 3 still, but will it be enough sustain? As Jitward comes in, he tries to stun them from the back line, he still finds Scenes in the long run, and that's also a big pick considering that the It's Jeff was online, and now We Lost have the number advantage before moving on to the point.
But remember, folks, Nightmare does not have portal back, so it's all going to be about the touch here, as the point will likely shift in a moment to We Lost as the stagger comes through from Light, but he's just stalling point at this point. Not a bad idea. But now, yes, We Lost controlling point. It's going to be a necessary touch coming in here, likely from Monster on that cap to ensure the team can get in. And have to force out cooldown. That's the downside to not having Strange getting there to this point. Will force you to burn a lot of your survivability that you need, as we see, wow, Jitward just escaped barely in that moment. There's the touch. The the team fight begins. Out goes the Banhammer. Does that find value? Not quite yet. Monster holding on the whale lands, but no one goes down as Monster gets the first pick now onto Zaytex. And still maintaining presence. Out goes the Boundary. The point is an absolute heater right now, and it's back and forth on the KO feed.
But keeping our eye on Skier right now, you need that invisible boundary as Dink sends out the other Invisible Woman right after she puts down her own invisible boundary for Yaoi Lost Heart, falling incredibly low. He did get that reset earlier on. They flipped the point right back in Nightmare's favor, but something else is Yaoi Lost do have the opportunity to portal back to recontest.
Yeah, and they're going to need to do it shortly here. You have to touch the 3% on. I'm not sure the touch came through. It did not. And Nightmare was able to stop it, saying, hey, we didn't need Strange in that moment. And that is going to be one map for Nightmare.
Great way for Nightmare to brute force their way, though, to recontest onto that point. It was very big having that Captain America there, even being able to help look back at Jitward, who was going to try to disrupt that back line. Not too sure. Do they want to stick to the Spider-Man is the question, because I feel like Nightmare, especially Vision, the way that he's been backing up both Dinks and Skier is making it really difficult, including Light, right, who's been trying to hone in on him.
Yeah, I'm with you. It kind of depends here. That was a very strong Spider-Man map, specifically here as we're looking at Hell's Heaven. I'm going to see what it looks like now as we head into the next location. I think they look strong as a team. Yeah, we lost in that moment. I can't say I fully agree with
I'm watching
the
your
Strange.
Twitch.
It looks like right now, since Nightmare has such a mobile team and they're so dive heavy, they don't really have too much problem with the touch idea. I think they wanted to try to make a portal play early. That didn't work out, and we're already seeing a change, at least so far from Kendrick, likely just to bubble the team out with speed. The Gambit change comes in. A lot of shifting in composition. Either is a team that is learning from the opposition or a team that's panicking. We're going to find out what that is in a moment.
Makes you wonder what those scrim books were going down and looking like, right? These teams already having that practice, knowing what to expect. Monster, though, has been literally a monster right now on the cap, trying to contest there with the Hulk for backing away to reposition.
Yeah, we'll see here now. Monster just getting to point early. He's not going to be allowed to touch and make anything happen for 6 more seconds, but instead he's going to launch the Freedom Charge. Get that alt charge gaining for the team. Monster playing hyper aggro now while you have that safety nade, putting some pressure on the front.
Now, if I do this,
finds the first pick onto Kendrick, and that is huge as Dinks takes out another. Numbers are dwindling here, and once more, Nightmare coming out on
test.
And yeah, we lost actually trying to match that right with Kendrick now beyond the Jeff.
Yeah,
He's going to go down. That was a Thor on your screen. We had Thor and Hulk rolled out from We lost, and they get shut down with Nightmare not really using everything in their arsenal, right? They're going to have so much ready for this next fight with a huge stagger that we just mentioned is so detrimental in Dom.
Yeah, that's the idea, and Dom, we kind of touched on it, but you just want to stall point. Nothing else matters. That's why some of these picks, like Captain America, they just stand there.
He has to be here. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just showing a masterclass on this cap here and keeping the pressure on and owning this space in the front side, keeping them in this tight corridor.
You were able to see Caster Cavs right there. My jaw dropped. I was like, okay, they are just fully sweeping. It's cleanup on aisle 3 for this team, quite literally, as they're funneled up inside this little room, looking to see if they can split this attention, because it's also so hard to break this choke spread out when you're running a Vanguard lineup like this.
Yeah, and we are going to see more commitment now. Out goes a ton of cooldown. The Invisible Boundary committed. The God of Thunder lands, and it's Jeff, but does that seem to work out as Vision finds one on the Zaytex? The trade comes through. Monster going to save the team there on Kendrick as Cart finds one on the Mace. Back and forth we go as Mask now takes out Vision and Cart again on the Light.
But with the map shifting over to the side, it actually benefited Mask instead. The Thor going crazy. He's awakened. And now he's also moving up to create some real estate for the rest of his team. Yeah, we lost finally. Took the point for the first time in this round.
Yeah, but that is huge value. Getting to that 70% number essentially turns this into a one-fight win for the side of Nightmare. Granted, they do not have the portal that We Lost will have. So the idea now is to just build ult as a team, potentially even lose a few fights, and then everyone presses Q at once to ensure you win the one last fight you need. As we see another pick coming in early on the side of Monster.
Don't worry, get down. I'll protect you, Dink says after they see the dance of the butterfly, but it's going to be Vanpool versus Vanpool, activating everything with a number advantage, going in favor for We Lost right now. Cart is going to be able to get right back into the whole form after coming out of the spawn room gates. Xanthos finds Vision next. Monster's going to meet him back in the spawn room gates, but it's a great fight win here for We Lost because Nightmare were not able to flip the point despite them trying to trickle in.
Yeah, but now the side of Nightmare, like we were saying, just build those ults. Monster has something available, Vision as well. You're looking potentially to have some sort of answer ultimate, whether that's from Skier or Dinks, likely Skier coming up here in this next fight, and then you just press Q before Yeah We Lost can get there, because the only answer they'll have shortly is going to be the God of Thunder, which does not do too much into a
Test.
team. He has a great neutral, but not the best ultimate. And let the games begin as the next fight commences. We see more chase here from Monster. Almost getting that pick, but barely escaping is Jitward, but not for long, as Dink says, not in my house, and they start walking forward together.
Yeah, cue the John Williams music real quick. Everybody has to look at this shark, maybe look and turn it into some sushi. If Zatex can even find his footing. He fell incredibly low, does get re-sustained here, but that forces Cart to get back into the Bruce Banner form. Mask does have a reset here before Vision could call in the Hornet Proteus, but Light could also try to harass him from the back, make a sandwich out of Yeah We Lost. With Nightmare right now are looking to retake.
Wow, they're coming back with a vengeance, though. Yeah We Lost finds two. Vision, though, with a two-piece out from the whale. The backland, no. Jitward big brain from taking a picture to not even think about it anymore. But that was big brain there from Jitward to avoid the whale. Going to use the melee ultimate to
Test.
for days, and I like that idea as he finds the pick on Light here. Clean play here from Jitward.
I got it now.
Oh, he's just tried. Somebody save him, Ayúdame. He's not going to be able to catch that shark over to the side. He's going back to the safety of his team, but they try to stall for as long as possible. Here comes the invisible boundary from
You're having
Skier.
trouble just logging in your
Test.
Stay up for right now. Before diving down, here comes the Venom, just so that way they can try to stay on this point. Another very close round between both of these teams.
And it is back and forth again. Vision finding one, Mace another. Zatex finds Skier in the backline, and that's a strategy. Huge pick as Cart now takes out Vision. Back and forth we go, folks, but Nightmare looking like they will take this point. 95% in climbing. Are we going to have ourselves a 99? As Gambit says, he ain't folding, and everybody charges onto the point. But where does this end up? Monster duking it out in the front line with another dive front line of Venom. But still, they're both just way too beefy to make anything happen just yet. The commitment comes through. The Feast of the Abyss available. Does commit. Does it get value? Not quite yet, except Mace does fall.
But with the anti-heal, they wanted to try to set up for the Dance of Butterflies. They still come out on top, and these portals have been used up too. Overtime ticking away. Vision falls incredibly low. No sustain with no strat available, and Zatex takes out Vision. Nightmare trying to come back. They're forcing it together because Monster has been a stalled demon this entire first map.
This is an absolute banger for game one. Are you kidding me? Zatex, though, gonna find a Quadra. Are you
We may have to leave
joking?
this.
Trying to show up here for Yeah We Lost. There is no way back, and that is gonna be a one-to-one situation.
Oh ho ho, the no strange.
Oh wait, hang on. I got the
at the
notification
very
for you to
end.
join.
Yeah, we lost. Look, that Nightmare said, you sure you don't need that real quick? You may have recontested in that first round, but in that second
There it
round,
is.
those
There it
OP
is.
sinks actually ended up costing them,
I see all three of
unfortunately,
us.
not allowing them to recontest.
It says, why
Love
does
it.
it say
You
this
sure about
backstage?
that? I do love it. You're right. Good call out there.
There you go.
As that removal restraint clearly worked out, and the come in touch from their side of Yeah We Lost was absolutely valuable. So we will see what happens now, folks. I do like the competition here for Yeah We Lost. It clearly has been a change that's working for them. Pulling out that Thor to just battle in the neutral and finding a ton of backline value onto the strategist of Skier and Dinks. You have Zatex on that Psylocke who applies so much pressure, and when you don't have Loki crystals to answer that ultimate, you are forced to burn an ultimate to try to answer, and that is a tough position to be in. I gotta say, maybe Loki wouldn't be a horrendous idea, but we'll see what they like to do in this match.
I like that idea, actually, Shiv. That's a very good point, because, you know, you do have Vision that's kind of bunkered down, doing a lot, too, of damage, but how much can you really get done if you can kind of spread out a little bit and really rely on those lamps? And this is a great round to do so, especially with the verticality that this round provides.
Yeah, the value right now, the tricky
backstage.
part is Jeff is just so good in neutral. Speed boost is so valuable for a diving composition like this. I understand the lack in choice there of the Loki. As we see here, Jitward finding one of the few duelist pools that actually makes a presence in the scene. We're showing a ton of just dirty plays there in the MRC, and it's continuing here in Ignite. Cart able to find another, and Zatex once more. Looks like the point will go to Yeah We Lost early on.
Honestly, watching Jitward play, it doesn't matter if it's on the Spider-Man, the duelist pool, it's just always so enjoyable. He probably isolates the backline there too, forcing Nightmare to give up on that point first, allowing Yeah We Lost to have advantage, whereas in that last round that they just won, they didn't really start in that strong foot, right? Nightmare pushed right in front of their face, almost closer to their spawn, as a reset comes in. God of Thunder slamming down with Mjolnir, and now you have Dinks that could use the Itch Jeff to go in for a reset, but also the piercing damage of the Jeffs have just been so impactful.
Yeah, and that's the idea here. Jeff just excels in these single lane format maps.
When I get back, I'll
Vision's able to
grab
find
your
Kendrick
laptop.
there, and they
Not
are
good. Yeah, I
walking
did
them
though.
back down the change in composition now from Nightmare.
I
You
was
see the
having
Phoenix
trouble
coming.
doing it
Phoenix does a great job of peeling backline as well. That's done. And just the application of damage in an AoE. Oh my goodness, is that a Penta now? Vision, chill on him. Are you joking? Nightmare gonna retake point with 40 up from We Lost. Not a bad retake in terms of percentage.
Reminding everybody what we're watching, right? Literally putting the Ignite to the Marvel Rivals Ignite in this banger of a first game to open up the day. And Nightmare have a lot of answers right now. Literally 5 of these ultimates online. Monster's very close to having that freedom charge as well. But they're gonna have to see how they're gonna cycle through this with this Raging Royal Flush.
But this is the Gambit advantage. They're coming back in.
should be a lot
They don't
better.
need to try to answer ultimates as 3 get committed just to try to shut down the Gambit, but there's no value yet. In terms of the KO feed, it's Jet lands. It could be massive. Can they get off map right now? Saving the allies. Jipward able to find Steer. Dinks takes out Zatex. Is there more as Mace finds Kendrick? Still a back and forth situation. Point in control in terms of Nightmare. Jipward doing Jipward stuff here on this
That's
Lewis
one
pool.
of
Do
your
we
people.
see more play? And oh my goodness, the movement is insane. What am I looking at?
Oh, you know, he knows how to play. He knows what he's doing, man. Jitward was moving and breaking the ankles and breaking their neck to look up. Only so
Axel,
much
stop.
Cap can do. He stalls for as long as possible, but yeah, we lost. Retake the point.
Now seems like as good a time as any to mention this is not the most updated patch where
oh, yes,
Duelist
right.
Pool does have that little hit to his animation cancel on that dive, so we will see a little bit of a takedown in that play style coming up next week. But for now, might as well get your advantage as you see a ton of clean play there. And at the spawn door they go, but Vision's still able to find Zatex in the mix.
And Dance of the Butterflies, more like a Dance Back into the Spawn, because that was over in their face of the spawn room gates. But unfortunately, Vision being on the Phoenix has had a lot of impact in marking down those members of Yeah We Lost. Mass does have a reset.
Silent,
just in
if
case
you're
he
still here, let
activates
me know
immediately
that-
after
that
losing out on
Mike's
the Gambit.
better.
Unfortunate, but there's not going to be any sustain as they're forced to reset, and Nightmare take the point.
Yeah, and this is gonna settle a debate that maybe hasn't even been out there yet. Is Vanpool as good as current state Duelist Pool at this level prior to the changes? And you can see their Mace obviously rocking the Vanguard pool. We talked about how strong that ultimate is, but for some reason, Jibward on this hero is just playing lights out. It's definitely a tough character to keep eyes on with all that movement. 82% here for Yeah We Lost, 74 and climbing for Nightmare.
Yeah, you know, aside from that Dance of the Butterfly too that we just recently saw, Zatex has also been really on top of it, trying to follow up with Jitward. Hart does have Piece of the Abyss though. The anti comes out, but to protect from Dinks to save the day. Monster has a Hellish
Want
stance,
some chip?
but it's gonna have to be a trade-off, losing out on life.
Mask is able to find Dinks there. Monster onto Jitward, Cart onto Skier. It's just back and forth in the feed now as Cart takes out another. Looking great on this hero. And Mask once more. The Vanguard showing up right now in crucial fashion. 99% though for Nightmare, 82. Nightmare's gonna have to get it back. Remember, they do not have portals. It's all about the touch. And once again, folks, we will have a 99 to 99 to decide who takes home this
Thank
game.
you, Abby.
So close every single round, going down to the wire thus far. It has only been 2. They have to rely on this invincible boundary there. I'm looking at Skier. Mace is trying to close in the gap, puts down the bubble, and with the freedom charge, leads Nightmare forward. But take a look at Jitward, who is having a monumental moment, and Light has been constantly shut
was that,
down.
Tony?
This sword pick from Yeah We Lost has helped out at least the backline for
Oh,
now.
oh, you're
but
talking about
lost on
chats?
the
Yeah,
draw.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, Mace finding one there.
Mine's-
onto Kendrick.
mine's
Again,
middle.
Targeting one of the strategists that has to land shot because it does force too much damage.
Mine's
out.
middle
Vision,
again.
a huge pick onto Xantho, and that's on a massive value Gambit pick. As Nightmare still wants this point. Monster able to find Mask. The teleport needs to come in here from Kendrick, which is already being set up. The chase down onto Jipper could be a huge dagger, and it is from Vision. Will he be able to escape this tight position? Yes, Light now onto Card. The numbers are dwindling here for Yeah We Lost. Nightmare retakes point. OT ticks down. Can they shut this down? As the dance of the butterfly gets committed. Oh my goodness! Oh. From Zatex and more coming. Is that going to be enough here?
You can move that water over.
You 5-3, but it's not enough
So you
because
can move
the
the water
devil
over if
was
you need
let
room. I don't know
out.
if that'll fit
Even
there.
if
Nope, just
Light
kidding.
was getting shut
Got
down,
you.
having that ultimate for that final fight made all the difference when they lost out on half their membership. Nightmare take map #1 to open up the day.
Holy moly, I'll say it right now, that might have been the closest first game we've had our eyes on in Ignite as a whole. That was an absolute battle back and forth as we're going to be looking at our MVP screen here. James coming out on top of 11 finals, showing up on that Jeff, saying why Jeff is so strong in this current meta.
And you know, when you take a look at Hell's Heaven, there's a lot of open sidelines where that piercing could come in clutch. Everyone stacks up together.
This picks it up 100 times better than
enemy, you add on that extra tick of damage, and you kind of let your Daredevil Vision 2 was popping off with that burst damage to just fly.
Yeah, oh man. I mean, that was just a blast to watch. Vision coming out with 22 finals as well, 30k damage. Really showing up there for a while on the Namor, but then making the switch over to Phoenix. And again, I think Namor is storied for being great at protecting your backline against Dive. But Phoenix does a great job as well. Has an iframe dodge, has movement, and has a stun, and just outputs a ton of damage if you can land your shot. In those moments, everybody finding a ton of final hits across the board.
I want to see if I can hear myself.
Can you imagine looking back at the setups that we saw from both teams, though, from the very beginning and saying, yep, welcome to day 2 of Ignite after what you saw from day 1. We had a Hulk, we have, a Psylocke, we had the Duelist pool. This is crazy. Like, it's just been a huge mix-up from the different metas of these teams trying to figure it out here, Chib.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun, folks. And keep it locked right here. We're going to have plenty more of these kind of matchups coming up right after this break.
The tax.
Yeah, we're gonna need a trash can over here.
I mean, I have an extra one in the. Yeah. Did you see the Axel camera?
That being said, will you pan over to the Axel cam to see if this board is not?
It doesn't.
No, well, I've moved this mic.
Yeah, you can try it again, but it's super high. Oh, he had a phone too. So if he's not sitting in one of our laps, he has his own bed. Oh yeah. I mean, he's the star of the show.
Yeah.
He's scum. I was telling him earlier, I was like, with my all black, I was like, I can be Imbos. I was like, and then you can be Zenny. And you're not Seth.
Alright, we know this. I just happen, I'm an on-screen
just let you come
personality
on the
right
show.
now. Yeah, see, I got one up on him. I get to sit on the couch. Or that, yeah. Guess, yeah, that doesn't affect me with my hand up under there. Yeah, I'll get up in a second. Get some cheesecake? Yeah. Nice. No, all you.
Diabetes.
Oh. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm not a big cheesecake person. For some reason, I thought you were thinking about or talking about salsa. Did you see the invite? No idea why I didn't get the notification that you got. Yo, there's no way. There is no way it's not gonna let me allow me to log into Twitch.
Why?
Because I'm using that Google account. You got flagged by YouTube? Yeah.
Sandra? Oh, it was the first time chat, so I didn't, and it looks like it's in your chat, so I don't know if you knew.
Hi, Sandra. Welcome. That's
Why you gotta say fellow? There's 3 of us.
fella. Clearly. Talking to Axel.
It's probably the dog.
It's another dog.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's Axel or me. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I probably don't win that battle too often.
I mean, also Freaky Sandra.
Hello and welcome back, one and
Okay, so that is definitely a chest tat. If we judge by the fact that her shoulder's all
I've
tatted
never
up.
known a Sandra not to be freaky.
That's fair.
This is exactly what we wanted to see. Wild cards, lots of questions. Like, if you watch just this match, don't take any notes, because this is just going to work for those particular players. Like, you can't really replicate this in your ranked games, I don't think. Thor in the mix, Hulk in the mix, Spider-Man was in there, although we have to say, like, he had a hard time. Like, that didn't really work. But then afterwards, we see him on the duelist pool, so, like, that was super interesting. How do you even break this down? Like, what did we take away? What did we learn?
Hit us, Vicky. What do you got?
All right, like the fact that we saw Thor too. Honestly, I think the fact that Nightmare, to add to this, won without having to use a portal, that's very difficult. And in this level of Marvel Rivals play, guys, like these portal.
That guy's
players come
eyes
in
are
clutch,
very
and that's why
fucking blue.
the
They're blue
Doctor Strange
as
band is
hell.
a
Yeah, they're
blue
like
band,
ice
Scarlet Pride,
blue.
Maybe other bands here too, but obviously these teams.
God,
have
I
the
doubt
nose
it.
on each
I
other,
don't
but
It might be
Oh,
just,
man,
it might be
there's
the
a really
lighting.
bright
the other
lighting in
side
front of him,
from
yeah.
here, from
It
we
might
lost.
just be
But
their.
then
I
we
mean,
take
they're
a
still
look at the
very
fact that,
blue.
like,
They
Matt
just
came
might
out,
be
we saw
not
him go
quite
onto the Thor
ice
originally before they
blue.
made the swap with Kendrick, going onto the Doctor Strange. I think though, Zoe, the number one thing I noted was that Nightmare was so ready to try to combat that of the different changes that we saw from We Lost. We saw that Vision was ready, whether it be on the Namor, he went back over to
That's
the Phoenix.
So look how
It's
white
locked
his
me
light
out of
is
that Google
compared to the
account
one on the
for
left,
years.
whose eyes are blue.
Locked you out of the Google account for a year?
Year.
Right? He had like 34K healing,
Starting
something
February
more than Spear, who
21st,
was on the Invisible Woman.
2027,
But on top of that,
this
he
account
had
would be
11
considered
final hits being on a strat.
for deletion.
Wait, that's
Jeff
been-
obviously such an integral part, right, Chip,
That's
in
been
the current meta.
months
And we
ago.
saw Jeff on both sides here. Great hero.
This account became
which is
unavailable
so
March
important
28,
in this meta.
2026.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the
Starting
idea with
February
Jeff when you're
1st,
playing him is
2027,
you don't
this
really
account
wanna play him like
is
you would
It's
with
like
Luna.
26, that's still 2 days
Jeff
ago.
is a strategist that
2027.
struggles, but at the end of the day, you wanna flank with Jeff. You
March
wanna slide
28th.
through the back
March
line of
28th.
the enemy.
Oh, I thought you said March
It
26th.
also
No,
when you try to make
2026.
plays in 11
That is
finals
wild.
now
Did
was
they give you an
journeys from
explanation
James.
as to
I mean,
why?
and we
I
can
haven't
list a
got
ton of different
anything.
plays.
I-
I think the
it has to be
crazy
the name.
And the way that I log
thing
into my
is they play
my
very much
Twitch
a
is
dive style
through
play.
Yeah.
Google.
Comms are super
They won't allow me to
important.
log
Setting
into
up
Twitch
is super
because
Well,
important.
YouTube is owned by
You
Google.
just are terrified at all
So-
times because everybody is looking
Yeah.
for you. And then on top of all that,
No,
amazing
he has to
applying
just
the band
create a
hammer
Twitch
on the
name that
back
doesn't
line.
use
Yeah, we
a
lost.
character
Yeah, we
from
lost taking
a
Which
well-known
sucks
movie.
because I've just
There was
created
so
that
much
whole
happening that was
Yeah.
unique for this matchup. I think teams on the fly had to
On
figure it out
Google
and try to find a way
or on
through it. And
YouTube.
Shout out to Nightmare doing just that.
Apparently, YouTube didn't like
Yeah,
being
so looking ahead on our next map,
having a
what do you want to see
channel
here in the
called
fan
Independent
phase?
Gaming.
Because obviously, We Lost, they technically would have had the Gambit advantage in the first one, and it did show.
So,
in
pick a
Mass
new
Effect 1 or
persona.
How much of an impact that
Like
can
that.
have, even though they didn't get the dub in the end.
Um,
What do you expect to see from either of the teams?
I feel like
don't
the
understand because
Gambit,
it let me
Kendrick was so
join
focused
earlier
on, right? Like Kendrick
on
just
my
didn't really
phone.
have any room to breathe, and that's why you could see the difference in like the strat feeling that he
No,
was
I'm
able
gonna
to put down.
try
I think it was like
I'm
less
gonna
than
try some
24K or so.
Because there's gotta be a
and
different way
he
to
was
log
so
in.
focused, like,
I have a
he put down,
username
like,
and password.
12
Yeah,
times.
I
don't
He
have to
put
log
down,
in.
like,
Well,
15
put your
seconds down
your
9.
gamer tag is your
Here, did go
username.
down 11
That's what I'm saying. It won't- it
times.
keeps saying
Invisible
it's
issue
not-
when it comes to dealing with also
like,
like
it's not a-
Venom
It
and
doesn't
like,
move the-
Jared's also
it doesn't
with
register.
backlines to
Password is
Warhead,
what? Can you do, like,
with
recover my
Duelist Pool,
password?
but also
Or
with
can you log into your
Spider-Man.
Gmail
I think
account?
Trying to focus, if you want to run the Gambit strat,
Because
you
you'll
have to
need
make
that
sure
if you're
Kendrick
gonna
has
have
also
to
some
recover a
healing, 'cause
password
only
if you
so
can't
much
remember
more
it.
you're forced to use those ability cooldowns.
I'm not gonna log Dustin.
Yeah, and I also love how they
I mean, I
start
don't care. It's my
with
work
Strat
laptop.
Pool
Fuck
to
it,
try to
really.
get some of those upgrades. So when
Huh?
they go to Duelist
Said,
Pool,
I don't
they
care,
have
it's my
less
work
time. I
laptop,
think
I'm about to get rid
it's
of
a
it.
really unique and cool idea to just kind of farm experience essentially for his RPG-like elements. Switch over to that Duelist Pool once you're already beefy, and then just run lobbies. And Jitward does that so well. I mean, better than anyone we've seen in this tournament or in this series as a whole. So shout out there, very cerebral, very different, very cool. And I'm looking forward to more of it as we head to Museum of Contemplation. I mean, last time we saw this map was last night at the very last series, Vicky, and that was nutty. Do you think it'll happen again?
Yes, I because the thing is what we mentioned too, Ship. I mean, even in my own personal experience, it's a really hard map when you're starting on the attack to even get that payload to the finish line.
Yeah,
But we have
there
we
it
saw
is.
happen, like twice from both sides, right? And it was so close down to the
Bye-bye.
wire, all the way into overtime, where the only advantage advantage that one side had was an additional 14 seconds, but it seemed the total 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Created 2 hours ago.
Yeah, the hammer.
Just yesterday too. So I think
Wait.
when it comes to
Das
depending on what side these teams are starting on, expecting okay, well, I don't
Bye-bye.
think we'll see the Spider-Man anymore, and if we do, we may
What
see
was
that
that?
triple Vanguard lineup like we have.
There
seen
was
in the
a
past.
bot in our
It was a
chat,
shame. I was very excited
his
about
chat,
the
that was
Team
trying to tell him,
Spider-Man.
oh, we can help you, blah, 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 so we
Didn't
banned
work
him.
out for
Or
them,
her,
but
it.
I do have to compliment both of these teams
Them,
on the
they.
quick adaptations in
Yeah.
game. I feel like there are a lot of moving pieces, and the team's
Again,
been extremely
difficult to say everything I
reactionary.
want to say.
They
We're live.
done their homework with a very
wasn't
clear
commenting
game plan
their
and also
gender.
with a very clear idea
More
of what is
likely
going from the other side there. So I very
country
much
of
hope we get
origin.
another
More like
close
in-game.
map.
Yeah, it went from
First one was about
to
as close as it
boom.
What was the song you played yesterday in the truck?
Better, right? As we can see right now, the standings
And don't you
Ring.
dare start singing. Yeah, yep.
to our next
That's
Ring,
more-
ring, 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 ring.
Yeah, that's
Dinga donga, dinga donga.
You can get us
Yeah,
all
we're gonna be
banned, Dustin.
contemplating these pick and ban phases too, right? I know it's also very very good representation. I'm wearing my It's Jeff shirt out here, and I got this at a Tokyo pop-up shop. I had some messages asking me about it, and it was on brand what
Damn,
we
that
saw
blade's
for that
clean.
first map. Not too sure if we're gonna keep seeing
Yeah.
Jeff, although we could keep seeing the different strategies lineup depending on how these pick and
It's
bans
crazy
go.
how
No
many of
Daredevil,
these
no
are
Gambit. Now from the side
animated
of, yeah, we lost to make sure that
icons.
Nightmare cannot run that together.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, there is some off-map potential on point 1 and 2, and even
Yeah, none of
3
them
at
are
some weird
locking
spots. So we could see the Jeff, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure what it's going to look like. I don't think we're going to see the Strange ban out again. I think that
Minute
was
one
more so
Daredevil
for
ban, which
domination,
allows
but you
an
know what?
Elsa
With these two
save.
teams, who knows? As we see
Gambit
a
gets
lock-in
banned
here
and Gambit
of
gets
Elsa
followed
and
up
the
with
removal
ban.
of Gambit.
Makes
No
sense. Who
surprise
gets
there.
saved? Tank
Obviously, since
Deadpool?
we're
No,
going
Elsa.
outside
Okay,
gameplay,
so they
it's
both got
important
the
to know
Elsa
that if
save.
we
Yeah,
do
it's
end
not
up
like
going to a game number 3, that means we will
You came
no matter
logging
what
to your
see
Gmail?
convergence as we go through our different
Yeah, you
game
have to
modes
start
here.
that
The
over.
Elsa Ditto is out
That's
though,
so
Shib, and
dumb.
it was interesting to see the double Elsa ban because we've been seeing at least one team
I
kind
don't
of get away
say,
with
I
it.
have
so
to
you mentioned
imagine
how
you
it's very
can't
rare to
create
see
a
that go down all the way to the
YouTube
very
channel
end. But we get to see
using
the
a
Elsa's
character
protected
from a
here,
movie.
and now we're gonna linger with no
If you
Mantis,
created
you don't
Mickey
wanna have
Mouse
that damage
at-
boost
on
top of the
YouTube,
Elsa.
Probably
Yeah,
get
the damage
Disney
boost
coming
is
and saying,
through.
no,
Ah,
you can't
that's
do
so
that.
dumb.
Folks at this level, for those who maybe
It's
don't
a-
know as you're climbing
it's a
ladder,
IP
really take advantage of that
that you're
damage boost from
using.
Mantis.
That
Not
means I
only
gotta
does it enable new
create
brain points for
everything.
combinations
Yeah.
to take out the back line or wherever you're fighting.
But,
it
I mean,
also
all you gotta
lets
do is
you
create
evolve even
YouTube
quicker,
and-
and that's the idea.
Once you create
The
Gmail,
advantage
you
of
pretty much
Mantis
got
was
everything done.
very aggro in that neutral
Yeah, you
confined
just
value.
create-
Yeah, but now I gotta come
just
up
on our
with a
own
name now.
damage as we see
Oh,
now.
see, that's the thing you gotta, yeah, that's the challenge.
Up there at the side of Nightmare, but Mace found a ton of success with it.
No, it was.
No,
No,
it
you
was
got
work-
banned.
Lost,
It
no
got
Tara,
banned, like,
no
in the
Jeffy,
middle of-
they don't
like,
wanna deal
YouTube
with
got
that
banned in the middle of
verticality, a lot of different spots that you could pull
you-
if you do end up
Oh,
pulling
yeah,
that on the
yeah,
Jeff. Well,
this
they
morning,
saved the
right?
Jeff
When I
for
was watching
themselves.
Yeah.
Thankful, saved up though for a Nightmare, so that's another little peek to see
But
if
the
we're gonna
Twitch
have
was
that
still fine.
triple Vanguard lineup.
But now
build up
because the Twitch
Nightmare
is
is starting on the
connected through
defense, I'm
Gmail,
honestly expecting to see what the
Gmail got
be.
banned because
can't
Google
get
owns
in.
The
YouTube.
removal
I
of
can't get into
Stratpool is very
Gmail.
targeted, and that's just
It
going
won't
to
allow me
ensure
to log
that,
into
again,
Twitch.
Duelist Pool doesn't have that advantage once they start
Ooh,
with Strat.
Nightmare
That's
gets
a
to play
really
Strat
smart
Pool, or,
and just
Tank
different
Pool.
way to attack that kind of hero, ensuring they don't
That's-
have the
that
time
sucks,
really to
but
build
yeah,
up
I
that
mean,
experience,
just gotta
make
come
the
up
switch
with
whenever they
the-
want to, forcing them to run and even
At this point, I might as well just
downside
delete
early
my
on, not having all those abilities prepared.
stream off of there.
Very, very cool look here.
I mean, it's-
As we start up our Museum of Contemplation, you can see what they're floating right now, but they don't always land on these picks.
What can I?
I don't know. Mace was saying that
Did
you
you
know the
get
pick and ban phase is
the-
gonna look a little weird, but this actually I like this look right now because yeah,
you,
we lost. They noted how important like that Jeff was too for themselves, especially on a
you
map
appealed
like this.
the-
And they are able to protect
Yeah, but
you,
I
and
can't
Nightmare
log
being
in
able to
there
answer
to
back
the
onto
Gmail.
making sure that they
The
do not
Gmail
have that
to
trap
even
pool,
see-
considering you do
Yeah.
usually see that triple strat lineup.
Like, what are they gonna
Yeah,
appeal it
I'm
to?
with you. This is far more traditional. I think we're going to see a lot of.
When you
Jeff
created
fans
that,
in
did you
this
set
season
your
of Ignite.
personal
I mean,
one up as
definitely
a
gonna see
recovery,
maybe,
yeah.
recovery?
Just for folks
Might-
who
you
maybe
might get
didn't
an email
know,
there.
in past Ignite, in terms of most bans, Mantis was up there, the top two.
But
He
I'm
was
still
scoring
allowed.
above
I'm
that when
still
he was just
able to
running
log
the
in on my
meta for a
Twitch on
while.
my phone. It's
You know, we saw a little bit of
nothing else I
Twitch
can't
in
log
EU
else.
today, and he actually kind of
Let me see your phone.
ended up winning there in EU.
Re-knock
so
him.
maybe that will come back into fold, especially when Ultron is in the mix. But we'll see if that.
'Cause
is
I
something
joined-
when I was at work work earlier, I was having a hard time doing it off my phone. I had to do it off my
right
PC.
now,
Off
as
the
Cart
PC.
already takes off on Hulk. Is that going to be an
Yeah, because I mean, you're
immediate
live.
Yeah.
Oh, he rolled. I said, "Sorry." Yeah, definitely not. He saw, honestly, he saw the Elsa and was like, "Okay, I'm not Elsa, sorry, the Emma," and he's like, "I'm not gonna get chokeslammed by Mace here." Notices though that they're running the Loki and immediately.
Because I don't
goes
think
onto
Twitch is
as
the issue
Zaytech
that has
finds
this.
Mace
I think
first.
it's YouTube that has
Yeah,
the
good
issue.
start there for Zaytech.
Yeah,
Finding
that's
some
okay.
value early on.
YouTube.
Had a huge ultimate at the end with the dance of the butterfly. Almost clutch as Kendrick, Mask, and Kendrick again.
Funk Weekly.
We're going to find a two-piece in Kendrick. Already catching up to those finals from last match saying, I can play Jeff too. Trust me, Jitward. Able to find Monster there too.
I'm gonna be wearing my Jeff shirt a lot more often. We're seeing here going
Yep.
into the second
I
match.
heard it.
Sticking to the tradition, Jimward says no strap pull necessary. I got the duelist pull instead.
that.
Trying to make it work here as Cart is getting set up into position, expecting Emma to go for this choke to the left.
All right, you
That's
see here
crazy.
Emma getting some play already. Early tackle there, going to allow.
Yep, you're in.
Diamond going to be matched
I was like, just give me your phone.
That's weird.
Let the IT guys take care of this.
absolute mayhem right now.
No, you're
Back
in.
and forth they go, hiding in this back corner, allowing the strategist to buy more time.
And
The
just to
retake
make
comes
sure.
through. Monster gonna apply more pressure this time. Monster actually going to be on that fan pool. The flexibility of this team already being shown here.
So I
Zaytech
see
insight. There goes that fan hammer, but
both
everyone
of y'all's
doing this. Jimward finds the two-piece and already takes a selfie.
That was big too because even if the Itch Jeff may have found one, it was
Yeah,
the one
there
on
you go.
the Invisible Woman. And look how close Skier
That was in your
to
chat.
the invisible boundary. Imagine if Skier was able to get that invisible boundary for the very end right there. Good pinpoint target.
Now can we watch the-
Actually, watch some Rivals.
Yeah.
The idea now is they're going to portal
Well.
very close. Since they lost that point early, they're going to portal
Well, we
very
can.
close here to ensure that they can buy more time.
But I need some
and act
apple
like they
juice.
stalled point one.
Ah.
What you want to see is you're climbing the ladder, folks, and this
Apple
is
juice
why
is
streams
kind of a
are
must.
impactful
You know,
and why you don't typically
honestly,
always want streams being played, because whoever goes down
I
early
feel
makes
like
that switch,
people,
portals right onto the
apple
point.
juice really goes
Didn't even take
underrated.
point one. Out goes the match here from Spear. The match right back with the right, again, with the
some of them are
Venn diagram.
properly rated.
Duking it out, but staying healthy at the
There's a
same
wide
time.
variety of apple
I feel
juices.
like people really.
As you see, yeah, we lost
feel like-
the entirety of Nightmare.
Imagine if Light had the
Give me some
board
Martinellis.
again. He does have the passive. Doesn't get away with it or hold on to it because Dinks was already at one
like
before coming back to spawn.
some
You're
good
gonna
apple
set
juice is
instead.
really
Dinks
good
was the
for your
first to go
soul.
out though in that fight chip, and he could have had the God of Mayhem there coming out rather to really get that copy. Just the being able to really come back and contest and Monster swapping over to the Hulk as
No,
the
fruit,
Yamalos really have not
not
stopped
good
on
for
this.
you.
Yeah, the switches are coming through. Like going to be on that Wolverine Vision, able to find Xantho there and set the tone. A little
Ignore
bit
that
of a
section
fight
of
like
the
that this early should give them
health
the space they
pyramid.
need to retake. The idea now is to protect your back line from the dive that is Card on that Venom, which can be a huge problem on those heroes. We see Mace now; he's making the switch over to the Van Pool, and Monster is also changing, like we talked about that whole huge ultimate here with the Glartrox from Vision onto Mask, finding one, and once more up in numbers is Nightmare.
We're moving over to the left side though. Dinks once again trying to get that copy before trying to recontest here too with Yowie Lost having that advantage. And that's two out. Jitward sent back to the following gates means that this is going to be a full
triple
reset
tank?
for Yowie Lost. Keep your eyes though on
yeah,
Kendrick. He does have the Ace Jet.
They've got Venom and Rogue, and I think that I can't tell what that icon is on the
Deadpool or
dead.
is it?
No, it looks. Is it a hand like this? Is it a fist, or is it the crossed arms? Right?
Again goes the commitment, protecting that back line. Everybody going to be looking at Cart, but still staying healthy, and that's just what Venom does.
full-fledged-
Trying to take an off angle very
Talking
low.
about
He
a
is able to
full-fledged
make
crotch.
the way through.
My bad, y'all.
Vision able to escape right back, and
That
that's a
was
huge
straight
right
crotch
there.
cam.
Hope y'all enjoyed.
Great play there as Xantho
Do it
now
myself.
finds one. Do we see more? These teams again, just so much back and forth, so much talent, and so much chaos in this comp.
Get
As
itchy
Hulk
beans
is just destroying Rogue.
Ayúdame! Mask needs help. Even got the stun. Says no, don't worry. Get down, Mr. President. Kendrick saves the day. And off to the spawn room gates he goes here. Oh, unfortunate. And that's going to
Oh.
be a big stagger too.
Did he
if you really
fit
think
him
about it,
into
because that
spawn?
area
Into his
down
own
Monster
spawn.
entirely.
It
To
kills
save him?
No, that was the enemy.
Oh,
It kills them.
Buys more time just naturally because
It's more lethal than throwing him off the map. Well, or just as, I guess.
that's wild.
But yeah, you can take you guys into your own spawn and it kills them. It's gross. Plus, you get healing.
Duelist pool, and as I say that,
So you don't have to, like, dive off the-
Jitward
point
plays
yourself.
Deadpool like so comically accurate too, right? It's like catch me if you can, and there's like comes light as we see the fastball special
Throw him!
coming in. This is another composition that I was wondering, Shiv, if we were going
He's
to be able to
so
see a lot
Wolverine.
more often
Yeah,
from our
fastball
preseason
special.
night teams, and now
Catch,
it's
Dad.
gonna be one of the few.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Dad, you want to play ball?
Yeet!
Oh, now closer Glartrox from Vision, gonna walk away as far as possible. I believe it's still in chase.
What's that?
No, it does find the value. Instead, not even gonna look at it anymore. Vision
said,
finds
"Dad,
Chipward,
you wanna
one
play
trade
ball?"
right back.
Oh,
and that's gonna
gosh.
be a big value as Skier was close to that invisible boundary. Target Cryo on targets in the backline that almost have their ultimates are even more valuable, and that's why ult tracking is so important at this
He
level.
still got him in his
No,
pocket.
he threw him and we got it. It's like
Oh.
team up.
Goodbye to Cart.
Everybody focused him. The backwards heal right here was so on point. The target focus, they knew that, yeah, we lost. We're a bit staggered. They have some extra time because here in the
Target's
second
fine.
checkpoint
It
in the
doesn't pick
Museum
it
of
up.
Contemplation, look how many open sightlines there are over to the side.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
once again, Vanguard
Yeah, we
after
can't
Vanguard,
say-
they keep trying to contest in the same room.
Nice things about each other.
We can't say
Zatex early on, Nightmare getting these early neutral picks consistently. But right back, Chipward's able to find once again Skier and Dinks, and both strategists going down there is just a testament to how good Chipward can be on this hero. Cart able to find light, and now, yeah, we lost heavily up in numbers. 2 here for this fight with heavy pressure advantage. Alt advantage, though, going to be staying in the
Oh,
favor.
yeah,
As we
no,
see Skier does have that invisible
I-
boundary launch.
Yeah, I mean, if you go on
Little
Twitch,
boundary from Skier, though,
listen.
just so that way they can try to recontest.
The only thing about
It's
Twitch
just-
is you can
it's
say a lot of
invisible.
heinous
It's a
things and not
question
get
here as
banned.
Mask pops the Heartbreaker, Zatex having to
Yeah,
send
like-
the Heartbreaker over
like
to the
TU
other
side.
side.
Right now,
Everybody
me and
was photoed
YouTube
in that
are
right room
best
to recontest
Well,
here.
yeah, no, it's not about what you said. They didn't even give you the chance.
Right now, me and YouTube.
You didn't even get. You didn't even
decided to call yourself.
Me and YouTube right now are like, we're locked.
YouTube said be original.
We're locked.
Crazy, like with a huge ult there. Honestly, thought it was gonna run out of time to retake, but
YouTube clearly doesn't know who I am
more
in
value.
guy-
Call of Duty.
Yeah, they're like,
Okay.
this guy's not Lieutenant Dan. He has legs.
Listen,
And if you played on this,
they never seen me play Warzone
You ain't got
before.
no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
They've never seen me play Warzone before. They have no idea why I got the name Lieutenant Dan. But
Why?
from
Because you
Warzone,
break all your legs and you don't know how to.
I would never pull my parachute fast enough. I would constantly break my legs. So the team that I was playing with would always just call me just Lieutenant Dan, and it just kind of stuck. That's where that came from.
You make something that's similar enough, but not directly in violation of IP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nope.
that-
Yeah, that'll go
I
really
definitely don't think you pulling that one
That
off.
one is trademarked, I'm pretty sure.
No, shrimp would make sense for you, but
Hey, yo.
Was very low. Good shots there from Mace, able to find the early pick and immediately use the banhammer. But this time onto Elsa. Elsa.
I've just said that because you're short. What are you thinking?
Oh, not able to make it happen on the Zatex. Good work with the back line there. Yeah, we lost. To keep Zatex up even through that ultimate.
Kendrick said, I'll be part of the water park too here. He's getting that piercing healing and damage from the backline, uncontested.
really played
As
this
Light
map.
tries to get set up
Maybe once?
with these and more squids. Needs some help before backing away.
don't
Looking back
recognize
to
it.
I played it a
at
couple
Skier,
times,
who's
but-
close to that invisible
Actually,
boundary.
I'm sure I haven't, because I'm sure I was said something about a duck.
Yeah, you haven't played in a while. I think
Yeah.
JB and I played, but that point, that cart that you're moving, you know how most carts have like the little rectangle around them that you have to stand on to keep it like in overtime and stuff like that. The boundary on this is the duck.
Oh, jeez.
You have to stand
Oh, that's right, you have
on
to be
it,
on top of it, yeah.
on the platform.
Oh, what?
But you can jump into that water fountain.
I was doing.
You can jump into the water fountain and it'll launch
I don't
you up.
remember who I was playing before, but I remember I was at the very. Oh, I was somebody, but I was at the very top. And oh, I was
Punisher and you get in your turret.
Yeah, I was on Punisher, and I got at the very top of the duck, and just got out of the turret. And just literally, it was like a tank.
Just made that thing a tank.
Yeah.
Kicking away.
And
But
it
yeah,
just
we
made
lost,
it a
have
tank.
planted their feet here back on this point.
Yes, man.
As you can look, folks, is very low. If they just leave that point for a moment, they will be in trouble. Cart playing on top of point right now with both form is able to find one on his Skier. That is big value on
dude.
the dream.
High level
oh,
Hulk play
Hulk on Hulk
is so insane. The juggles that they can do.
Now these guys are definitely playing on mouse and key, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
There are a couple of
Dude, I can tell by some of their movements. They're
I'm sure 90% of them are.
99.
I was being generous, but yeah.
There's two that I know of. One duelist and one tank. Tank player is like probably the best controller player
Nice sniper by the way.
in Rivals.
See
in
Kendrick trying to
TTK.
rejoin with the rest of his team, but
Yep.
they cannot
Kid.
get
About
off
that
these
yesterday.
points. With a
Kid,
problem left of overtime, Cart tries to cut off their only exit point.
Me, he certainly is.
Good idea there. Now engaging from two different positions. When you have Jitward behind, you can see in the flank. Oh, maybe tries to land a huge. Wow.
I'm not.
Block that high? Holy.
Dude, they're so close.
They do not want to lose this early in the Nightmare.
They are so close.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, there's floor down there.
And now we're going to press in with that duelist line to try to get some value on the strategist. Not able to do just that.
It's so fast-paced.
The pick now on the Mask.
And imagine that they nerfed all ult generation by 20%. They're 20% more irritating.
Star-Lord, yeah.
That right there. That thing right there irritates the crap out of me.
He's fun to play, though.
Going to be the next to go out, and yeah, we lost.
Wow.
They try to get it on
Oh,
the
dang, they didn't get it.
Nobody
No.
touched. They
So, I
only
mean,
did
it's-
right before that.
No overtime. I mean, I think you technically can, but maybe not. I don't know. I think you can force overtime in this.
Going into overtime, just barely, very early on there on
Yeah,
three, on that whole street.
So,
shout out to
there's a
them,
path
making
to
it through all
actually
the way,
winning.
and shout out even more to Nightmare, switching up the composition and finding something that works. As we see Light with that chain, we saw Fantastic at one point. We saw the Star-Lord, Monster was on the Hulk, a bunch of stuff was changed up, but they were able to find a way to shut them down.
It looks like the wild card of different heroes that we saw from our first map, Jim. It continues to bleed into the second map. I mean, talk about a jump.
So they don't get another
with
second
the
round
whole
of
play that we're
Ventos?
seeing. People
No,
are
no,
able
the-
to fund, but
the-
we're still trying
yeah.
to roll out
Just
on
from
the
the map.
Spider-Man, even though it didn't really
Yep.
get that much playtime at the very end there. But it was Nightmare, who also had Light swap at such a good opportunity. He reset the ultimate over to that 50% mark, but then was able to get that Galactic Legend so fast.
Lurton.
Yeah, we never have to deal with these bans.
And then the final pick was down to like 10 HP.
Although this ban
before he
phase
picked
is
off, so no matter what
different,
value was
the
there,
tournament ban phase is different than
rank.
the ladder
that card you have to stay on
bans.
top of the two there in order to
You
keep
pick
winning.
and
So
ban, or
just
you
big value.
ban
It
for
did
the
work out in end.
opponent,
The
and you
question
can
is,
save
was that enough? Did they stop them
heroes
soon
for
enough,
yourself.
or will Nightmare be able to push all 3 points?
in kind of a
Let's find
pseudo-alternating
out here.
style.
Will it just be a dream?
The one
or, yeah, we
for
lost
rank,
our
they just
commitment to
increased
this
it to
score
3
on
bans
defense.
for each team.
Interesting. I mean, they do
There's
have
so
that
many more
triple
heroes
Vanguard
now.
set up though with Sandsmith and Kendrick
So
being on that
you
strat
could
line.
have
Zatex
up
has
to
been
a
able
total of
pop off.
6,
Mace
but a
already
lot of
burned on
times
that bubble,
there's
trying to isolate them
duplicates,
and
which
their
I
cutoff.
hope they
We're also
change
seeing
where
Monster
there's
just trying to
duplicate
block out
protection.
where yeah we lost one to
If
jump
both
with these
teams
group
ban the
walls.
same hero and somebody else had like a second one pick that didn't get chosen, it just defaults to that.
What was that Deadpool doing?
Has 2 phases. We see the commitment now from Mace, able to find Xantho, Light onto Kendrick, and the numbers
get
are
smoked.
Nightmare now.
Yeah, so his ult causes whoever he targets, anytime they miss with their abilities or primary attack or anything, they take damage.
When the team comes
So
back.
basically, you put it on a strategist, and then you
Thor,
can
the
nuke
Hulk
them
as
down
a
super
team
quick.
lineup. I mean,
It
yeah,
is
we
a
lost now.
demon
Having to see if they can try to
strategy,
recontest because Jitwood
and
does have the ultimate
it's a reason
online,
why
trying to look
Deadpool
behind them.
strategist is one of
Still
the
that
most
one
banned
member that's right
characters
here
in this game.
isolated,
Or
trying to force out a stagger.
Deadpool tank.
How is Jitward still okay?
Because he's
Zatex finds one
nearly
here. That's
unkillable.
insane. As Jitward does fall, but at that
And he
point,
gets
the
his
numbers are
ult
even.
super
Until
quick.
right there, I think he just got.
I think that was the leftovers of the last engagement. He was just super out of place, and he's like, well, I'm not getting back to my team. I might as well go try to take someone with me. Else is the other absolute, like, second most banned character in
Not only with the retake here
tournament
too,
so
he
far, if I
stalled
had
up
to
for as
guess.
long as possible, like you mentioned.
the last
and
time I
Dex has
watched
a lot
Jeff
of time for the rest
the
of Yeah We
most
Lost,
banned.
try to regroup together. Jitwood would be able to
I
come
don't
back.
think he got banned. He was definitely
really close to the Apex Predator
running
before
stuff,
Light
though.
finds
Like,
the
he was
Thor. The
a-
Itch Jeff comes out.
He still
Straight
is
up on
very
both
good.
sides. Kendrick now uses the Itch Jeff. Who did he take up though? That's the question before Zatex manages to bounce away
Combos are
and
so
find
much fun.
Spear.
And we see a change in comp here as Monsters pulling out the group. The idea is to check their damage and see if they can burn some of these walls. Cart able to find one there onto Light. And once again,
I don't care about
Nightmare
the
will have all
squids.
this advantage in this next fight, but they need to regroup down a number right now to see if they can pull this off.
Loki's been
It's
getting
looking
banned
so
a
messy
whole
here,
bunch
though.
too.
Maybe trying to force out a lamp as the whole
Oh, Gambit's the other one. Gambit's like an auto ban
The invisible
round
boundary now
one.
comes out and rather aggressive because it goes in with the Venn diagram of both invisible
Like
boundaries.
the
Spear
theme
trying
of
to back
this
away.
tournament
Monster
is
already used up that trait with
Elsa,
Prison,
Gambit,
at least it
and
stops Cart from trying to get a
Tank
reset.
Deadpool. you can't. You're not gonna ban all three because the other team is gonna get a save before you get your third one.
Smoked.
So it's which ones do you want to face the least? And so one team's gonna have one or two of them, and not the third. And then
This Elsa is rocking.
yeah.
Comes through and another battle will ensue. But you see here, eyes behind, making sure not much can happen onto Xantho.
Wait, Suansu Violence though in the back while they're both trying to deal with their 1v1.
Not working too well until you
Yeah.
come out and get
Welcome to Groot's
Wow.
Playhouse.
Light rolls out now.
Big Fortnite all
on
over
that
your face.
Spider-Man before trying to dive in. Skier gets the double KO, and that was with Skier trying to take control and the split focus from Xantho from Yeah, we lost.
Yeah, I mean, that was some really clean plays, some things to call out. You talked about Light making that switch
Wild
over Spider-Man.
name.
I think they
Yeah,
were in the
we lost.
MRC, the lower tier, and I can't remember how it worked. I think they got to like the finals, the grand finals, and lost, but got promoted because of it. So that's what they named their team.
Jesus.
I think that's the story. Don't quote me, but
Yeah, we lost.
We're seeing the Spider-Man.
That's
And look at this. This is the strategy I need to get
Look at
better
that.
at.
That's crazy, dude.
You throw your ult out, you catch them, and then you dash backwards to let your team pick on them a little bit longer while they're in it, stuck in it, and then you cap them off. I need to get better at doing that.
Light, but then forces Light now to go back over to the Mort so that way he can provide more value to his backline.
Hulk got a huge buff, so CP needs to jump in and play.
Oh, they've got a
way to
Spider-Man?
stop some of this dive. We talk about how Phoenix can do a good job of it, but very much Namor's in that competition
Yeah.
as well. You see the way offside
That's classic
angle
Spidey.
Kendrick, and that's what I'm talking
I
about
feel
with
like
this
Spider-Man
Jet,
is just like a,
healing
so
through
it's
the coolest line of
unplayable.
the opposition, healing your team,
You
healing
can be
your team at the same time. Light
an
able to find
absolute
Cart, though.
menace,
Cart is moving
or
now.
it's a
You see
throw pick.
Monster with a nice
It's
pick
either
there
or.
on the
Well, he
Groot.
just got.
And I think we got the Toronto.
He just got shit on by
Groot
Namor.
just said nope.
Oh, is that
Playing
Groot?
out of his
Right,
mind.
no,
That was
watching
Namor.
it.
I was gonna say, holy shit. He just got
I mean,
shit
he
on
got
by
he
Namor.
was low by that time, but Namor is a very good pick against him.
Tries to stop the Elsa though, moving back. Xantho's very close to him.
One, my lords.
Tries
Stuttery as
to
heck.
be the capture.
This?
Two
This is
Skier who
Invis.
calls in their
No,
individual
no, you said
battle.
Namor.
Not
Oh, yeah.
but did get out of the
One of my
way.
lords.
One of my
Up on the
lords.
high ground, and Monster could use the Wombo combo
Yeah, I can
together with
stump
Light
on
as a
both
player
y'all, but I'm
focus.
not gonna.
How many do you have now?
Ult advantage going to be roughly even here, just slightly in favor of Yeah We Lost here. Though, with that
right?
first pick
I
is
got three.
Chipper did have ult available, but as Spidey-Man's like
Punisher,
to say, he will be
Emma,
back
and
fast.
Namor.
So you just
Okay,
kinda
I
turn it out of your
have
brain because you know
Invis, Luna, Loki.
Whale gonna land right on a card who goes down to about 5 HP and is gone now. Monster with a huge
Swore I had a
ultimate here.
full.
The Stranger Prison gonna find one.
No, I was working on him, and then Elsa came out.
On the card to clean that up. The Satex now finds one.
And I've been working on Elsa. I'm aware. I'm not terribly far from Elsa.
In the boundary, Clark Trox goes out. This could be massive, fighting two, but the walls stop him. Is it enough? Yes, the walls were enough, and Vision now gets that pick. Masked one on to Dinks and Mace on to Xantho, and once more Nightmare still up, but oh my
That's
goodness,
it.
Jitward and
That might
Mask
be it.
cannot be stopped.
Oh yeah, Cloak and Dagger. I need to get practice on her. She's really good too.
And I was getting close on,
insane, but Chipward said he had 99 wood cutting, so he takes them down
healer.
in one sweep.
Luna.
Yep. I was getting close on Luna.
Luna's good this season,
insane.
too.
I cannot believe that retake right there.
She resets her clap when whoever has the snowflake participates in a kill, either gets the kill or deals some damage before they get killed. She gets it's a 2-second reduction on her clap. So if you put it on yourself and just DPS like crazy, you can get that cooldown on your clap down to like 4 seconds.
Damn.
It's disgusting.
That was so worth it though.
It's like a
for
12
Chipward. Yeah,
second
you get the
cooldown
straight up
or
retake,
something like
that's
that,
when
you
take
can
out
reduce by
Skier,
2
and Skier
seconds,
was
so-
kind of close to that invisible boundary.
Or if you've got
For this fight
a
alone. Now,
Psylocke
here
who
comes
ults
Satex.
and gets a
Elsa
3-piece.
Server Admin is here to
You get it
play.
right back.
Looking back, playing around the other side of that
Like,
bubble.
yeah,
and there's
Luna
only
got
so much
better.
stall time you can provide before
But
Light tries to pull
Elsa's
in overtime.
just
Wow,
Oh,
and we
he's
have
waiting.
ourselves a 1-1 here, folks. This is going to go
Wow.
to Game 3 already on our first matchup of the day. The dive teams, the super aggro squads have duked it out, and we will find out who comes out on top in a moment.
Yeah, we lost more like, yeah, we won, bringing us to this game 3 in our first match of the day. Shib, when we closed out day number 1 just yesterday, we were talking about this with you. That day number 2 was an opening banger, and we got it. Game number 3, when we saw a lot of 2-0s go down.
All of them in kilts? Yeah, the kilts look super fake.
Great series. Once again, though, the Jeffs prevail, and it's this time
I'll tell you now,
MVP.
I'd believe it if Hoop wasn't in the photo.
Oh,
There's no way Hoop would agree to do that.
He's just super.
He's real quiet, real
shy.
timid. Yeah. Like the actually him and Murph. Murph wouldn't do it either. Dashie and Shotzi would do it in a heartbeat.
Deadpool went 30 and 10.
Just doing
10
so
finals.
much at the same time, enabling
I mean,
12
he just-
13k damage as well.
Spider-Man, dude,
We
went
were talking
30,
about it too,
34,
right?
15,
Yeah, but
19
We gotta
finals.
really start waking
I didn't
up.
even see anything for Spider-Man.
Have some of that sustainability.
And he went off.
Yeah, he was just in the. He was just. He would swoop in, get a kill before they can get a camera on
And
him.
unfortunately, could not really help them out because they were really spread
Wait,
out.
I think
Stranger's 36 and 12.
Heck, I was over like,
Was he
I was all over
Spider-Man the whole?
Elsa over
Was
here.
he the
and
Spider-Man the whole
dominated,
time?
and Spider-Man did better than Elsa.
Trying to stop them, but
Most of it,
the
it
series
seems like
goes
it.
on.
I thought he
Everybody, don't go
changed.
anywhere.
He also
but
had
on the other
15
side of the break,
deaths.
We got game number 3 for our first series.
Which is the most in the lobby. Which is accurate.
I mean, it doesn't take much to kill him. You just gotta hit him.
Yeah, as long as he trades
No,
positively.
yeah, he was Deadpool.
Okay, yeah. He was,
Oh, Spider-Man was?
Yeah,
yeah, he was dead. He
Oh.
was the DPS Deadpool, and this is the first round.
yeah.
So he was only but those stats were only from the second round. So we'll have to see. This is it now, and yes, he's still.
Yeah, he's still Deadpool.
Yeah, okay. So he was only there. That was for like recontests and,
And
stuff
there
like that.
there went.
Yeah, now he's played. So he played like the second half of the second map, maybe some of the first.
Oh, we don't have no more games to play, do we?
Oh, really? Not like the daily ones? No, don't even say it.
Contexto.
Let's play some Contexto. It's listen, we played everything else. Let's play some Contexto.
Now it's time for
I mean, I don't-
for Tony to crash out.
Crotch can.
I would probably run 2 more games of this. Axel. Gotta get that Cena. That's my favorite one. When he goes, does the.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the stream for COD tomorrow is gonna be crazy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the black sweatpants tomorrow. I'll probably wear my jersey and then my white jacket. They're so cool. And they're comfortable. I love it when I'm gaming. The pockets are a little weird with that little like elastic in it, but so we might as well do it after next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Salty and sweet. So I got me a cheesecake.
Now it.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going home.
Like they're crispy.
Hey yo.
Oh, those are good.
Teams are duking it out. Yeah, we lost. What?
August 21st is all I can say.
Is it your shirt speaking to the assistant?
Oh yeah, by the way.
I don't know.
Well, I'm
Guys,
thinking
I
about
don't
it.
know. The Jeff plays beyond here. Kendrick
we're
was
looking
going
at May
crazy
16th
too. He
for
literally
that.
went down like 3 times,
What?
and that was in a matchup where you
Right,
know,
May
if you look at the
16th.
other side, you'll be the strategist, and to have
Sounds good.
Loki get baited out with Lance constantly, and they come
Where
out
y'all
with
doing
all
it at?
How much of a choice do you
I
have,
think
right? You got
we're looking
Hard
at
diving onto you, got Jitward
Double
on
Tree
Spider-Man.
Ranch?
It's difficult, and then you got a Gartrox just making you look like a chameleon
Okay.
from one direction.
Oh, over by the
Team is
like-
all gone. But apparently at the very
Well,
end,
like
you know,
Garden
we're
Ranch
looking at the
for-
Oh,
Jeff,
okay, okay,
it's
okay.
Jeff. They had 2 waves of security. Yeah, we lost was on top
Yes.
of everything.
Yes, Riley, you're
Where
about it too.
if they ended
Yes,
up-
Riley.
they were able to get Jeff off.
Yeah, Riley. Oh no.
Oh no!
Santos wanted his time to shine, and I believe Cam's the portal. I was looking over to the right side to see if it was maybe Jitward, but you know, the Invisible Women's be coming out way when it's time, their time to shine. They want to be the ones to sit on the
honestly,
seat,
it's a
maybe have but it was a very enjoyable game, still very unorthodox composition. So I'm kind of understanding what May said when he said this is going to be an unorthodox composition, team v team.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
did you
each
feel
team
about the
played-
band stuff?
Yeah, the bands were good.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I've been called worse in my life.
It's
okay, I'm skunked.
Ah.
You
You may have
Hair
this,
is
you
the
may have
only
this, yeah,
thing
this,
you
yeah,
have in common.
yeah, because game skill play is definitely not there.
Yeah, 4 and 22.
Yeah,
How many
4 and 22.
How many 1-on-1s have you beat me in?
It don't matter. I haven't gone 4 and 22.
How many 1-on-1s have you beat me
He's
in?
also not comparing himself to Skunk.
Oh
I
and 2.
liked the back and forth that we had again, right? This was not really a one-sided
Well,
affair. I mean, Nightmare, they
I've
were
never gone
switching
4 and
things
22
up
in a rank.
heavily.
You've also
to
never
stop-
beaten me,
yeah,
so
we lost
I wouldn't say
their
nevers.
attack run there. They
What rank were you
actually
in
lost
season
the
2?
switches in overtime.
I didn't play as much as you.
It don't matter. It don't matter. What rank were you at the end of season 2?
For,
Over here.
Nightmare.
I'll 1v1 y'all in Rivals.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is such a coin toss. Like, if you
What
asked
rank
me
were
to
you?
be friends for this, I don't know who's
I
coming
think you
out
shit
of
on
it.
him. I think me and you would be a better
Come on.
match.
Yeah, and I was saying, like,
Come on. Chat
know
wants to
that.
hear what rank were you at the end of season 2?
245. 216.
With these two teams, it is just
Oh,
It was it was a yellow. I think your rank was a yellow color.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 215.
Gold. You were gold.
215.
going on. The
I got a photo of it. You want me to show chat?
we saw was when Monster went over
Yeah, go ahead.
I was 216.
Go ahead.
some of these LOSs at the back line had, and even
I was
then,
216.
it was still Jitward a mile away in the back corner, and they were chasing him. It's just
All right, let's zip it up, guys.
It really is. And a Monster, by the way, a huge standout for you on map 1 already there on that Captain America. Did
I know I'm
so
not good.
much
That's why I
for
play
the team.
strategist, not
I
play
am
healer.
very excited to see what both teams have in store for us on this.
I don't have to
last
rely on to hit my shots. I still
final.
do.
I am, however,
but
disappointed. No,
I don't
I'm
have
but
to.
a little bit disappointed that
That's true.
they
How many
chickened
lords
out
do you
on
have?
Spider-Man ditto much. Why? Why would you do that? We had it for a second.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was
No,
talking
I know,
about
but
him.
now I'm like
So, yeah,
annoyed.
to see it. I know
I had
everybody at
4.
home wanted to see it too, but they wanted to see if they could maybe change things up because Jitward, although he was going crazy, that backline needed some
To
help.
be fair, 2 of my lords are just hitting shots.
To be fair.
running any sort of strategist into a dive composition. A lot of the time we joke about the the Animal Crossing backline, right? You go that Rocket, you go that Jeff, but it's not because they're quote unquote the best dive strategists. It's because they can just hold on to
was that,
their
Blade?
legs a little bit
Yep.
longer before they just get chased down. And get,
So, my question
taken out
is,
of the KO feed. But
do-
diving into the band phase
Gambit.
now and off the rip again.
Oh, that's right, you got
Some of
Gambit.
that dive potential
My
to
question is,
by
so
Daredevil.
do
Okay,
Is it a common feature for players to pick somebody
and
and
questions
hope
that I really wanted to
they
highlight, like
veto it so that you can?
Oh, like
Would be
lock
so
it in?
gone.
No.
The other team
Probably
doesn't
not.
see what you're
We're here on
pre-selecting.
Chichibuya,
That's
so
to let your
Oh.
teammates
up
know.
our sleeves
In
with
which
the
case,
gaps
they're
being
all on-
protected.
I was like wondering if there's a little bit of like
So a different
some like
outlook here.
manipulation
Now
there.
Yeah, like he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick
I'm gonna
Loki
pick Blade,
just so you
but
can.
I really don't want Blade in hopes that you
Ban him.
ban him and then I get
So,
who I
so
actually
the only
want.
time you do that is when the first load screen, when you're actually waiting to get to this screen where you see it. You can actually see all the players in ranked and stuff. You'll see like all the players' names and that title card that you have, like when we're in queue and stuff like that. You can put a character on there, and that might signal to the other team.
Okay. I was just wondering if there's some like manipulation there, some like really like.
We're gonna get a double gambit here.
Chargers the Raging Royal Flush.
Okay.
So they have to wait every some odd seconds.
Though, because if we do get
and one team doesn't get Elsa, but they're gonna ban Elsa. No.
And Rogue team up too that could follow.
We can get a Gambit Elsa on the same side. A double Daredevil ban is interesting. They really don't. I mean, he's
in your own respective rank games.
menace.
Well, this is a definite
Mantis is also
if it
very
doesn't
good.
get auto banned. But
Okay, so that's.
So who are we going
smart
here?
pick.
Are we going for you lost?
I'm okay with
Yeah,
either.
we lost. Or...
I'm okay with either on this one. I don't have.
This is losers bracket?
Here, if you're gonna have to be forced to ban
It's still round robin for the preseason before they. This is like seeding. This is quals.
It's quals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so everybody's gonna play each other.
I'm learning.
time.
I'm learning.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
no, that's
Chad.
cool. I mean, this is the first.
I know how to play the game.
Well.
Oh, wait, do we get a tank depth?
I know how to load into the game, and I know how to play two characters.
Man.
Well, but they get the save slot, is what I'm saying. Are they gonna save Tank Deadpool
As
now?
far as rules in this,
Yeah, I mean, this is somewhere where we're never.
Raging Royal Flush because these teams just don't really need to run it.
You can allow them to ban. They don't want. They don't care about. I mean, this has got to be a Tank Deadpool ban, right?
This is the kind of his map to find success.
Because they haven't banned one yet.
Let them ban Tank Deadpool, and if they don't, then the yeah, we lost gets him for free without having to waste a save on him.
Interview just yesterday after Energy had popped off.
Whoa, they get saved?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
get 2
so the
saves,
ones with
3
the little
bans.
white shields,
4 bans.
and that, yeah, so yeah,
But it's a
you get
Jeff
2
Protect
saves, and
from
it
Yowie
alternates
Lots
in a
and
So they
pattern.
just save
Caitlin
Tank
Kendrick.
Deadpool?
It's the adjustment.
No, so-
Like,
They
that's the same.
ban Tank here. It'll swap.
So the top side, they saved Gambit in Jeff. So that now does not allow bottom side to ban them. You get to play them. Now anything that has the X through it, the other team cannot play.
So Rogue is really good with Gambit because
So they banned Elsa at the bottom.
yeah. So now they move it so that you can see. Okay, here's what Yowie Lost says. They can't play these 4. The saves don't matter. Doesn't really dictate anything. And the 4. So no Elsa at all for anybody.
I love this. This has been an
No
entirely
Tank
different
Deadpool
game,
for
honestly.
anybody.
Like, just the best
No
bet
Daredevil
they're
for
trying to open up the
anybody.
day with. For anybody trying to see
Mantis
what their pick'ems are looking
and
like,
Rogue
what the meta
are
is
the-
looking like. Even
are
in
the
an interview
differences.
that
The
we had,
ones,
Justin
and
Mia,
Rogue
our
might be the
players was
difference
basically talking
maker,
about how a lot of
because
these
Rogue with that
teams
team
across
up is
all these different regions
kinda
are
gross.
kind of still finding their footing.
Because
within
so
the
the big thing
meta.
about Rogue is
And
her
remember,
ult
everybody at home, this is
reduces
before
the ult
Fox
charge
buff.
of the
So they are
enemies,
playing on the patch right
and they
before
just
that. So we're
nerfed
gonna be
ult
seeing
charge by
different
20%
looks,
across the
teams that
board to
may
all
find
heroes.
more of that comfortability.
So you
Walking
want
that
to.
Fox
So now
going
it's
to next
before it
matches.
used to be just everybody ulted all the time. Now ults are very important because they're more rare. And Rogue can mean that you can, if Rogue can get her ult and then reduce the enemy's ult by 10%, whatever it is, all of a sudden your team has now the ult advantage every fight. Because you're gonna get your ult before the other team. Because before, what would happen is
Just ult and then you regenerate.
and then you would
and
ult.
get
Well, you would ult, and then the other team would spend one of their ults in response. So like strategist ults would always just end up being, here's 10 seconds where neither of us can kill each other.
Oh dang, they TP'd right off the
They
bat.
called it out.
It kidnaps somebody and just jump on his head, their head,
Right there.
Yep, make it an automatic. Oh God, leave.
They're gonna jump 2 people.
4v6.
Like a line of dominoes. That game plan is put to rest.
The
with
TP
Right off the
is
start.
wild.
Yeah. And now they're staggering Hulk to
They're
begin
chasing his.
with. So
He was just gonna jump off the map.
So it means that
Well, I
they-
mean-
if you don't kill him, you don't get ult charge.
Yeah.
So that he actually was trying to make it so that the enemy couldn't get ult charge off of him being killed.
That is insane.
Yeah, that was an absolute dog walk of an opening.
I mean, because I feel like we played that match and it takes us 45 seconds to a minute.
Well, no one TPs, and then if we TP, nobody's sticking around to wait for it.
Yeah.
Everyone just runs in and dies, and then wonders why we're not getting healed. It's like, well, shoot. Y'all went 6 different directions.
Apex
Tried to
is
run into
getting
their
away with these
face.
damage boosts
What?
too. This is brutal.
No.
Even looking at
You're like, oh hey, I mess with you no more. You
Nightmare's the ones that wanted to
you a
By the
different
way,
kind.
she cooked
For
a
this
burger.
last map, as they did lose out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost. They're really struggling.
I have no
forcing their way
problem
through
with
this
it.
choke.
I have no
They
issue
need
cooking
this
them
ball
all.
towards the Angela, trying to get this.
I'll take my well done, thank you.
Probably finish this match and then cook dinner.
Protecting now the back line and keeping Jitward away just barely. Is Light's able to find one once more. Nightmare now looking up at Mask. Says not up in here and gets rid of Monster. A huge eye potential doesn't seem to.
We had the extra beat down. I don't have to worry. I don't think so. Just thinking about weighing stuff out.
They were both committed early on.
But yeah, I found a third pound, split into 2. Makes 2 smash burgers that shrink up to the exact size of the buns, like dead on.
Talk about frame perfect on the bubbles. That was insane, actually.
He doesn't have
Vision,
scale, so
looking
that's
at
a
all the
nail more
chaos
to
and
do that.
disruption
Otherwise I
happening
would.
right
Handful.
below their feet. Having to know, all right,
Yeah,
well,
that
now
point
I
split
gotta
it into
reset
3,
here. Let's
split
see
that
if we
into
can
2.
get back over to Spawn Gates. Mace, though, has provided a lot more, despite, the Heaven's Retribution unfortunately not landing its mark. Makes it hard to have a godlike reaction.
You need a quarter pound, that's the
Find
left.
that disruption, but that's signs of life and trying to go in together. Nightmare has a line to follow up with Rager Royal Flush.
But what if I'm Lance Armstrong? I only got 1.
Then you lack variety.
Oh.
You get one size burger ever.
One size fits all is what the little thing said. I think that's dirty. You already cleaned that? Oh shit, I'd put stuff in there. It was just a fork. Sorry? Oh.
40 seconds in counting. And the
You're
point
still
still
playing
holding
Spidey.
third.
This is like my worst nightmare. This is like seeing my sleep paralysis demons play out right before my eyes, and it is in the form of Jitward Spider-Man. Now you wonder, okay, what are the changes that Nightmare needs to do, because this isn't working out. Their backline is literally getting terrorized.
Yeah, I mean, Duke's just went a little too hard there with the Raging Royal Flush. On that Gambit, launched the ultimate and committed heavily towards the backline, hoping the team would do the same and gets picked instantly, and that removes the ult from everybody else. Just got to be a little more careful, especially with teams at this level. The idea was there, it didn't quite work out. Now, more commitment goes out as the bubble gets launched. And
oh, yeah.
Advantage going to be in Yeah We Lost favor as they are trying to hold with 3 seconds
I
on.
want to work my food.
Yeah.
With less than 2 seconds to go, though, they gotta recontest here. Have to force it into overtime. Kendrick does have the Eye of Agamotto already on that Doctor Strange, just in case, but it's ticking away as they're trying to regroup on the point. They make it with the Angela. The Eye of Agamotto.
That was weird.
Oh!
I hated that.
But he won't see the light of day.
Why? Because that was right?
Well, they called it, he had it, and you just, I mean, the expectation you're going to use it, you might as well.
Holding their feet on this defense.
Wow, wow, wow. A lot of clean
Yeah, We Lost is
plays
looking
there.
insane.
Yeah, We Lost on defense. Nightmare just
Well,
kind of crumbling after certain conditions. There were times where
Will they change their name to Yeah We Win?
I know, that's what I'm saying. What if they win the whole tournament? They can't go into the stage 1, round 1. I guess they've got to get through the entire year and win like the whole thing in order to change their name.
You might as well just stick it, just Yeah We Lost.
Until you win like the big one.
Yeah.
Losing somebody early, and then Jitward had free reign on the back line while everybody was committing on point. It was like,
I mean, it'd be like winning your division in NFL and
what's that like for it? So at that point, it was even.
well, and not winning, not getting anywhere near the Super Bowl, but talking like
Now you're getting way out left field. I don't even know.
No, it's like yeah, it's like y'all won your division.
I was 6 years old, 7 years old when we won Super Bowl.
Oh, I know. Yeah, at least you got to be that old. Dustin hasn't seen one in his lifetime. He was born months after.
Very true.
It's really difficult to get through that choke, and that's what really forced a lot of teams to have to start changing up their strategy.
How brutal is that? Like, he was born a year earlier. He
Could you imagine going your entire life and not seeing your team in the Super Bowl?
I've seen all 3 in Denver.
At least this time around on the defense, but they got dinks on the low key.
Oh no.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine being alive and never seeing your team playing a Super Bowl?
getting picks on
He's
things like the
Occupado.
Jets attack, and now Nightmare is going to have to try something cheeky and just change up their play style, play heavily bunker comp here, just protect the strategist from
Just like
this dive
Monfleet.
while they play inside of this arcade.
Yeah.
Thing, try to harass this backline that we saw earlier from we lost, but the thing is no one could even get to
I
the
just thought that was the
backline,
perfect
not
couple.
even
They both had
Angela.
red hair.
No, they share.
Listen,
They share the brain.
Before trying to back away, look how much damage he just took. Zatex was a nail in the coffin.
Kid's gonna be
Before
blocked in
wrapping
the
up,
dust, you know,
we
this is
lost.
shit.
Could
They're
you
looking on to
imagine
that
if
point, and
their
one by
child comes out
one,
like
as
brunette, like
Nightmare
blonde?
falls,
Blonde.
just swap over to the team with no- all right.
I mean, look at you. Both of you have no way of having had that. Like, both y'all low roll to the genetic recessive trait. Hey, I'll take it too, but I'll get one. That's good.
Yeah, you know, what is your favorite flavor of apple juice? You don't like any kind of flavoring to your apple juice?
I like the one made here in Texas, to be honest with you. You'd think it'd be the one in Colorado, but I prefer the one in Texas.
Pretty sure mine's brewed up north.
Light and quickly looking at the mirror.
My apple
Slice
trees
his
are,
back
like,
line and make sure that he's gonna have to take him
No,
down
those are made in
himself.
Texas.
He's
Oh,
had
are they?
enough.
Yeah, they've
And
got a
the scares
distillery,
he's
or
gonna
the
do is
brewery here.
is that
No.
worth it? I mean, getting
Orchard.
a little worried with the way that Jitward's been flying around them, but that's gonna be
I'm
something
pretty sure
that
they
Nightmare
still
will
have all
need to
their-
rely on. At least Dings
I'm not
has
sure
that
what you're trying to refer to, because the
expected
other one, the
fully.
only one
Apple
up north
juice,
is...
orchard,
Very
apple
spread
juice.
out.
No, I understand
You know-
that, but orchard would be
I'm on
where
a
you
whole
would grow
nother
the
level.
ingredients for that.
Wheat?
Well, they might, I guess, but they brew it here. The one that they brew up north is in a blue container. I really don't think that's what you're asking for. No, me either. No. I'll drink the one from the Rockies first.
I'll drink apple juice out of this blue container.
Yeah, that's as close as I get. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm against every apple juice that's in a blue. God dang, this Hulk just went absolutely
Welcome to
insane.
the circus. Car
Say
and Homer
five-
here.
It reminds me of whenever we were playing with
Yeah,
CP when he first started playing with us.
They went
Yeah,
out Nightmare in
dude. So
our
they
first
he's got his
intense
clap
series
that
of the
that
day.
does some damage. Then he's got his bubbles. They gave him a second clap, so he has 2 charges of it now. And when he hits enemies, he reduces the cooldown of his bubbles. And they gave him another clap to do that, so he gets his bubbles super quick. So like Hulk is way better right now. Yeah,
We're
we
playing
need to get him back.
Contesto.
Keeping the team, ready to rest.
It's time for some Contexto.
Warlock not in the location.
Right, because now we're in between matches, right?
Plays there by Cart, showing the 9 finals, most in the lobby mass.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what did we just
Hey, D,
witness between
Contexto.
Psylocke coming out, Zatex popping off,
Right here.
Jitward was doing Spider-Man things, harassing them. Look, even though with that stat line,
We
the
saved you,
amount of
Glizzy.
impact Jitward had being on Spider-Man was so much that it disrupted that backline to the point that they had to completely change their strategy.
Saved you a
Forced
Glizzy.
out Namor, forced out Loki to the Adam Warlock composition, just that way you could have those ramps. They were holding it down, Shib, but yeah,
Can't
we
ask-
lost
Let's start at
everyone's
20 bucks.
eyes
You
were
can't
on
ask
this
for everything.
MRC
No, 5
team,
gifted.
and they were
To all my fans.
a single time.
Listen, all 3 of my followers.
All 3 of them. Chopped off on Matt Quinn again. Most damage in the lobby, or yeah, actually, almost in the entire lobby. On his
Give me a word.
with Jet, right? So that is just some serious play, and again, just finding the best angle to hit as many people as possible.
JB, give me a word.
Primary on Jet.
Forest.
Jet has been taking a push forward in
Forest.
terms of the meta due to this neutral change. It is neutral's just so
Nowhere
good.
near. Alright, give me a word that's nowhere near.
No,
Forest.
you gotta guess now.
Battle there from
I asked
Nightmare.
him.
Looking
He's
forward to this
thinking.
matchup again in the future.
Yeah, same here. Because, you know, a lot of
Cloud's
people
a little
wonder,
better.
Okay, how is Yaoi Lost going to fare against
City
the MRI
is
team,
nothing
right?
like
They're
it.
having so many veterans. Yaoi Lost also consisting of individual veterans themselves.
Oh!
Putting together the team and having
Air,
fun is also
wind.
really important. And that's something else that I want to pinpoint. Yaoi Lost, I know that Jitward himself has
Nope,
made a
so
lot
it's
of content.
closest to
He
air,
posted
but not
the winning
wind.
comms of the moment that they won MRC. And this is a team that has definitely
Rain?
been
Sky.
putting themselves in the right
'cause
amount
cloud.
of
Ooh,
rain.
good vibes here for this squad. And
Okay,
now
so
they're
rain and
having a good
air.
time. Just look at these highlights
Tornado.
alone on Shin Shibuya.
Whoa.
Now we're really testing you.
Whoa.
per sip.
Get it done. It's just like any sort of sport in the future.
Riley would have got it right the first time.
No, he wouldn't have. Okay, well, okay, he would have got it right the second time.
You're going to struggle as a unit, and these teams believe they can get it done. They're having a good time. If you some of their comms in the MRC, they were playing air horns after their KOs. It was ridiculous, but it just shows you they're having a good time and making things happen.
Oh, already guessed it.
Yeah, we lost. Now, yeah,
nowhere near there, apparently.
Got it.
Air. Sky?
We already have Sky. Okay, it's close to snow.
Moon. It shouldn't have been close on the sun. I
Rain,
don't know why.
air.
Never mind. I said a lot of insightful things.
Hail.
Rest assured. Anyway, what I can say, like, long story short, is I'm very impressed at the fashion that they
Condensation.
because the first
Drop top. Drop.
Raindrop.
Drop top.
Here at the very end on Shin Shibuya. That was very impressive. It did seem to me
Water?
that Nightmare kind of lost some
I swear to
speed.
God.
They made adjustments, like a lot of adjustments. I feel like
Wait.
in map 3, they started to just kind of run at the wall.
Rain, air, wet, moisture, water.
Yeah, I mean, when you say team on defense, like, make
so
a major change in composition.
It's gonna be nowhere near any of this.
Weather? No,
a
because then
testament to something that they studied and really worked on, or it's the idea that they're kind of in panic mode. And you saw they're running that triple.
I really don't care.
Watch me
which
precipitation.
hasn't found too much success.
I'd be
The team was kind of, they did enter that panic mode. They were just trying to find a way to essentially cheese through their comms.
Listen, chat, we don't know how to spell
Yeah, I also feel
precipitation.
like it's insane to see that that was Nightmare's map pick, right? And they were the ones that chose to.
I
come
swear
out
I
with that
typed
inside.
that.
Like that's a big highlight. That's why I was wondering. Okay, well, will we be seeing Shin Shibuya? It's a preference depending on.
Okay.
what
No,
All right. We're
Thank God. I don't feel as bad.
On paper,
But it's not near that.
Except,
But it,
yeah, we lost. Just made it so
Did
much
we do
better.
hail?
I feel like starting on the attack is pretty
It's-
difficult on Shin Shibuya. It's like what Shiv was saying. You
So
wanna
it's not
break that
weather
open on the left
related.
side. You're
No,
at such a narrow
it's something-
well, it
distance
is,
that
but
you're
rain
kind of
does
forced
also.
to split
Pool.
attention so that way maybe you can get an opening on one of the strategies in the back line. That's why we saw those changes going in from Angela, trying to
Rain,
brute force her
air,
way in, but
wet.
then you have to look behind you to make sure that
Hurricane.
your strats are also protected because Jitward is juggling like he's in Cirque du Soleil with these webs,
Not even
and
close.
it makes it really
So
hard. to
it's
help
not weather.
It's not a weather event.
To dive onto the
Ice.
back line even once, and if it was because they were out of position, a little push forward, and
Small thing
it
like
only
an
went
ice
down like
cube.
maximum twice. So it was pretty hard to even come out of the attack choke.
No, because we already
No,
said snow.
so it's not gonna be anything like so it is definitely
Tomorrow you will be facing up against, I believe,
warmer
SSG.
air.
What's your takeaway from
It's
today? Is there anything that
dew,
you feel
condensation, all those are
around
kind
to,
of
like,
warmer
work
related.
on, or was it just that, yeah, we lost, popped off at the end there with like card on Hulk and like.
So
it- I
weather,
mean, it
there
was
is a weather
so
event that
great,
has to do with
so-
the fact that there's.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? Because it's so
Bottle.
early on in Ignite where these teams are still having their first experience on
Ooh.
a big
What
stage.
the
And
hell?
then there's moments where comms get hectic.
why
I just saw like a thing moisture on the outside of the
How
bottle.
does that relate to
They
rain?
were thinking, even on
Water
Nats,
in it?
Air,
New Zealand,
yeah,
they looked
that's
very
why I'm
strong. They
annoyed
struggled a
by this
little bit
game.
on the attack, but, I mean, as a whole,
Here we
it's
go,
gonna
crash
develop
out,
with time. We're gonna
engaged.
identify where they're struggling with time, but I do think maybe it was a mental issue where they didn't have to make those switches in
Okay.
confidence,
I
felt
mean,
less
a
confident in
vessel
their
that
diving,
contains
diving
water is where
dive
we're
was
getting
working in their
kinda
favor, and
close.
Sometimes once they've switched things up, it just stopped
Bottle's
working
the
for them.
closest.
Oh,
No, but
Container?
Yeah, what's yeah, we lost the next opponent.
I don't know if
Lunex.
two words
Well,
work
they're gonna
like
feel
that.
good about tomorrow's match. I'm excited to see
Yeah,
that
I
one.
wanna
because
see if
Lunex
two
is also a
words-
team that definitely impressed us with their performance.
It does not- yeah,
on
one
day
word.
one, even though they did not win it. Now,
spray.
if you're Lunex and you just watched that game, what's your
Spray?
answer?
Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
Alright, I'll give you that. Hey, you go give her the props for giving you that.
Held the door and, like, walked around essentially. Like, that was such a
No, it's
I'm only playing to catch those.
She's here.
Wow, that's my rule.
wow. All right. Hey, at least we got through it.
Yeah.
So now we've just got the word that we are ready for our post-match interview. We should have Hard, the legend himself, joining us for a quick chat.
I said spray. I didn't say spray
Welcome to
bottle.
the show. Nice to see you again. First of all, congratulations.
Oh.
Incredible, dominant way.
I heard spray bottle.
It was on your what do you think?
Bangarang.
Dominance at the very end of the otherwise very.
I said spray bottle.
I think they got scared on museum.
I said container.
Just picking random
Okay,
areas.
somebody said spray bottle.
I could have heard.
Shibuya, I don't know why.
I heard spray bottle.
We could tell they were really
Okay,
scared.
someone said,
I'll take it.
thank you to all of you. Y'all are both invited.
Duds.
Y'all are both invited back.
All right, you all owe
Shout
me
this
50
out
bucks.
to, for the
5
team.
minutes.
Cart earlier on was actually our test interview, and he said, "I'll be back in a little bit, or I'll see you in a little bit." And I was like, "Dude, that is aura." He comes right back, and here he is taking on the W. And I gotta ask, for those who maybe haven't had a ton of experience with your team, can you walk us through how the structure of the team works? Who's running bands? Who's running comms? Stuff like that.
Kendrick and Jibward are the two big brains behind everything. They
Dude looks
both,
like he plays Marvel
have,
Rivals for a
like,
living.
very,
This
very,
guy? This guy needs to touch grass.
Overwatch.
I've got long hair, but mine at least.
Very, very well, more than anybody else in this game.
I mean, at least brush it.
Although, hey, that curly of hair, like, you can only do so much.
Zatex is very experienced. Mask is a genius.
You think it's cart lover?
Santa's really smart. But usually Kendrick and Jibward lead most of it.
Awesome.
Oh man, Cart, I just gotta say, man, just the fact that you were going crazy on Hulk and you already knew that you were gonna talk to us at the end of the series. Chef's kiss on the confidence and the vibes of your team. I mean, looking forward, you guys had so many unorthodox compositions rolling out. Do you think any other teams may have a struggle in the pick and ban phase when they go against your team specifically, without revealing too much, obviously, because you don't want to let them know? But do you think that you guys actually have a pretty wide hero pool to work off of, where you don't have to really worry about that stuff?
Yeah, I don't think any team can win a draft against us. It's been same thing for a while. Ever since we've had this roster, it's impossible to draft against us.
It's the only way he'll go
Play
late.
every single game.
We love to hear that, and we love to see that on the server moving forward as well. I'm gonna let you go and celebrate and rest up for tomorrow.
Hey, Ben.
Best of luck in that one, and thanks once again for joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you.
Good talking to you, buddy.
That's mine.
Congrats.
Great to hear from Card. What an incredible performance from the team. And I just love to hear that kind of confidence in post-match interviews. Also just, you know, the trust, the blind trust, if you will, into the rest of your team. Just like rinky brains across the board, it sounds like. Super interesting to hear these kind of
there it goes.
leading
Okay.
voices
Whatever
in those draft situations and more like
Oh, it's all
bounce
three.
blocks, because yeah, this one was, there were a
Yeah,
lot
we've
of
got
goals.
him set up to be able to.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to the game. I think you know, when you see a hero shooter at base level or face value, you just kind of assume, oh, who can click better, who can aim better, wins the game. But realistically, in a hero shooter like this, especially in Rivals, it is such a cerebral game. It's all about team understanding and commitment, and they did that perfectly. I mean, across the board.
First inside.
What it looked like at the end during the overcome.
What just happened?
Ice cream paint job?
Oh yeah. 20 feet away. The dude was an absolute problem and had nobody stopping him.
Yeah, no door was opened. It was torn down. In fact, he was the door. That's where we were at. Card and team taking the dub. Let's see if there's going to be many more in store for them here in the preseason. For now, we're headed into a quick
like down here we started setting stuff up. I looked over, it's 9:05. I was like, bro, we need to stream, and I cannot cook breakfast now. So we sat down. I was like, I'll just figure it out. Like, I'll cook it in between maps. Mom texts me and goes, "Hey, do you want kolaches and donuts?" Yep. No, look at Tony.
I'm in a like bandit. I gotta eat the donuts.
I look at Tony. I was like, "Hey, we're getting donuts and kolaches."
I was like a kid again.
Kolaches are definitely underrated breakfast food.
That's my favorite breakfast. No, breakfast burrito is my favorite.
Yeah, I
And
don't know
then-
if I can put them in the top 5.
Oh, I'd 100% top 5. It's breakfast burrito.
Chocolate chip waffle has to be up there for me.
So what are we doing breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I've got eggs. I can pull some sausage out.
I might have some chorizo at home.
We just need tortillas. Is the only thing we need.
No, we got tortillas.
We just
Perfect.
Mix it all.
I gotta like tonight. I'm gonna put out the that roast.
Oh, that roast.
Oh yeah.
That way it gets thawed out overnight.
Actually,
Do I need a thaw out that? I don't know what. I mean, I have that whole like roast deal that I can thaw out too. That has all the vegetables like the corn and
yeah, probably be better to throw that stuff in there.
yeah.
Hurt.
I'm down.
medical socks.
We got Sentinel. Sentinel's coming up next.
Oh, circulation.
Yeah. High socks. Wow. You got Sentinel next. Why is SSG got to be at the very end?
That's gonna be a good game. Citadel versus SSG. Cafe Rose won yesterday, which was a shocker.
I thought Sentinel's up now.
Sentinels is Wait, what?
Well, no. That match isn't over yet, right?
Yeah,
Match
it is.
one?
Yeah.
No, it's best of threes.
Yeah, no, he has one more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang, that.
Oh, no, it's over. Match
Best
one's over?
of 3. Yeah.
Oh.
We're heading into match 2 right now.
Which is
Might-
Sentinel, right? Sentinel is next.
Yes.
We might have to end so I can cook. Unless y'all want to chill while I'm doing it.
I mean, unless you need us to hold your hand.
Yes, boss.
Honestly, I just figured it'd be just like a relaxed stream, just kind of chilling.
Yeah, like it
in and
doesn't
out.
need to be anything serious. We don't need to. Yeah, we can just chill.
I figured it'd be like in and out, just back and
Yeah.
forth, just because I mean the girls are here too. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I figured. It's burgers. We
Too bad we don't have like a cam like up top where it's like, oh, we could do the full, but
I mean, it just
would
grabs all
show-
3 of us.
Yeah.
Nothing that grabs like the kitchen and all that. No, we don't have like a fisheye lens.
That would be wild, actually.
I don't know if we put one on top of the TV how wide it would catch.
It would
Top that one
probably.
would.
It probably had to be on the top corner.
We'll probably put it on a camera that can catch like everything.
Like right now, like we're just a casual stream, just kind of chilling, like a,
The only thing
almost like how you would do
Like
like an
this catches
IRL
us.
stream.
the only thing I would kind of chill would be able to link this and it.
Almost kind of like you had an IRL stream where you're just kind of like.
Yeah.
That'd be the only thing that makes cool shit to be able to link to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to have
But
a.
then you could literally just, like, 'cause it follows you.
It would have
Well,
to be,
but
it would
the
have-
idea would be to catch everybody doing everything, not just one person wherever they
Almost
walk.
kind of like a.
I mean, we could put,
Put one on top of that TV.
yeah, one of those on top of that. That'll fit this whole area.
Yeah.
I don't know how the layout would be.
I mean, Mr.
No, no.
Riley over here could set it up in fucking 30 seconds.
No, if we did anything, we would just have that as our wide shot that we would
Oh,
flip to in between matches, like this. Right?
I mean, I'm down with that. And then during matches, we can come sit down and.
Yeah, PS. I mean, that also requires everybody else in the apartment to be okay with being on stream, which, as you guys can
Are
see,
you okay with being on stream?
super casual and nothing serious. You know what? Actually, when we get that those cables in, we're gonna have an extension to the for that, so we can actually run that a lot easier. Just you're gonna want to squeeze it close a little bit to lower the.
I was not very tall. You may have to do it. He's struggling on the height part.
I don't think it gets there. You could probably. Can you go to the center of the TV? It should be fine. Like you don't need to go all the way to the edge.
Oh, you know what? The best thing to do would be use the actual cam. I can use the long tape.
Always wait till tomorrow when we.
No, not doing it now. Looking at it.
Oh, at that point you have a 6-foot USB extension.
Yeah. I was saying we could put that on the edge.
That's fine. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it literally doesn't matter to me. We have an extra 6-foot cable that can make any of these longer. So, yeah, it's fine. What I'd like to do if I'm doing that is to grab the for times like this, and actually just have it and crop it so that we are in that rectangle, and the L shape is still there, and I just overlay us into that space instead of watching whatever this is.
Honestly, whatever you feel like.
Whatever you want to do, Riley.
At this point, I feel like we're just doing it on the fly.
We're building it.
At this point, I just feel like we're building a stream to be able to stream this and just kind of relax and not be so like professional about everything, you know? Definitely.
Deadpool, very marginal, but slight nerf-ish to at least the heel pull and Deadpool himself, not tank pull. And then we've got a slight Emma nerf to health and a ton of White Fox changes, namely with the tail resource, keeping the self-sustain alive. Across the kit, honestly, more survivability. What do you think, fellas, in general? How does this affect the meta?
Another chicken.
Oh man, I think the big thing is that towards the floor of players who are trying to explore with White Fox, it really elevates that, makes it easier to get into, and I think that's something that they were missing when this hero launched, right? We saw with Elsa that was overtuned, right, and that made it so people were more excited to play them, got a lot more hours.
Well, I'm saying
had a little bit of the opposite effect where you'd see a lot of the pros playing because there's so much skill expression, but maybe some of the casual ranked players wouldn't really be picking them up as much. So I think this really puts it more in line with more recent hero changes that we've seen for the recent releases, at least the last couple of seasons.
I think this is going to enable a brand new off-angling style for White Fox as well. Like you brought up Overwatch earlier, Kiriko has a similar style where they can kind of go with a flanker and try and lay down some pain on the back line. And being able to quickly dip from that engagement, if say you're going with Iron Fist who's got a kick out or something, or a Spider who's going to swing away, able to TP out to your other strategists at a moment's notice, it does mean that you can have some consequence 3 like 2 men in the back line, which can really open up an angle on something that's a symbiotic surface.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on board with both of you. I think the first thing that we should even address is Fox is already being played in the top. For those who maybe thought Fox wasn't good, she's been being played in scrims heavily and is very much a character that dives with dive and has an escape. And now you have plenty more avenues of escape. And now you have a lot of answers. So I think she's going to be absolutely meta after these changes to the point where she might be a bannable target coming up in these early preseason stuff.
Yeah, I see a lot of stuff that's like, we asked for just the resource of the tails, like you did too much and now she's gonna get banned like across the board. Her ult's a little bit underwhelming in some ways, right? Like even with Blade, I just like face tank it a lot of time. Like you could just like go at it. But man, even crazier when the CC changes come in season 10.5, obviously a lot of tanks are gonna rise up, but that Fox is gonna get better too, depending on how
She won't get chained as much, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's her one weakness in the
Welcome back, everyone, to Marvel Rivals Ignite Preseason Americas. This is day 2, match 2, and if this first series is setting the tone for the rest of the day, we will be here for a while, but we will be entertained, Chip and Vicky. I think this next one might be a banger too, because FlyQuest and Sentinels are 2 very storied orgs that are coming into this with big expectations that they probably didn't meet in their first match of this season, rather, just yesterday. They're coming off of a loss. But which of the 2 teams has more to prove today?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'll go ahead and say with both teams, I was a little disappointed in the performance, right? Sentinels looked lost out there from the very beginning. They're a team that obviously has a ton of history and have a large fan base. And, you know, a lot of talent on the team, big names. It just seems like when they got out there for day 1, they could not figure out what they wanted to run, and they just crumbled virtually the whole time. So I'm looking forward to seeing them bounce back today. Similar story with Fly. Again, Fly is definitely a newer roster, still keeping, obviously, the front line when they got Best there, who looks really good. You also have Zealous in the back who stayed. And outside of that, it's relatively a new team. So they just need more time together, potentially, or we'll see today that they're locked in. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we also have to pinpoint with FlyQuest having some new additions to their team. Unfortunately, they're also kind of working off of some ping here. So FlyQuest having to work around not only just that, but with the adaptation around the meta, too. And trying to wake up from what was an upset, honestly. We talked about it at the top of the show for a reason. Cafe Rose really came out and performed. So all eyes right now on a team that was able to really make a run at Landship, right when we were able to see what they were able to provide at Chance, but it's a completely different team, so it's about keeping that foundational core. Vez and Zealous, like you mentioned, wanted to lead the way for a team that still has a lot of experience in the competitive Marvel Rival scene.
I mean, for FlyQuest, if you're looking at their match yesterday, like, they had the right idea of the meta. It was just a little bit of a single-player adventure that they were playing. They were not coming together as a coordinated dive team, and you do need so much coordination in order to execute this composition.
Yeah, they're not afraid to run weird stuff, which I personally love. Obviously, it's cool to see different heroes up here at the top level of play. But, you know, they tried to force Angela a little bit too much and weren't finding a ton of success. I think Sting was on the table for them. It looked like a good pick in the talents they were going against. Eventually made that switch, but just a little bit too late. And they tried to force triple like we were talking about it. And I don't think in this current meta, it's necessarily what you need to walk out of the spawn door with. Maybe it's an answer, and maybe you find success with it. But if you start off with it, you catch yourself in a weird position where strategist ultimates are almost built, and then you're deciding if you want to switch, and it's like, do we use these first? Do we keep going? Do we lose this map and save them for round 2 on Dom? It's tricky. It's a tricky position to be in.
It really is. Yeah, for the Sentinel roster, I think a lot of people were just like, this is a poke team in a dive meta. So people were worried, and the worries were kind of confirmed on the server. I think a lot of people just kind of hope for them to, I don't know, put Rymazing on Duelist today and see, like, unleash him, see what he can do.
Literally, like, take the shackles off of, like, the Mantis triple strat if you can, right? Obviously, the Mantis comes in clutch if you're able to get away with the Elsa, but we also know, like, we've seen Rymazing be the professional Ditto slot in for this team. Have they been able to make that adaptation between yesterday's match into today? That's the big question mark that we have going into our very first map into Krakoa.
Yeah, Krakoa, one of my personal favorite dominations. Love the music, can't say it enough. But yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we're going to see what these teams elect to choose map-wise. I think since I was just talking about, you know, Fly and Sen, they can run some different stuff. Maybe we do see Central Park. We've seen EU run some flyers on Central Park, so maybe that will enable. I mean, I'm not going to say we see the Iron Man, but I would love to see Ryback on Iron Man if it's viable at this meta. I will be honest, I don't think it is. But Torch saw some success today over in EU, so maybe we'll see something different.
I hope he just manifested it. Maybe he just spoke it into existence. I mean, he's not going to be a vampire, so he could just, you know, maybe he makes it work. We don't know. I think if we're looking at the draft from yesterday, though, Sen, there was definitely a draft gap in their match in particular. They let Swamp Gaming get away with Elsa. Who else was in the mix? Daredevil, Deadpool, Vanguard. Like, they literally had everything at their disposal. Meanwhile, Sen was playing that triple strategist comp that just really didn't work in this meta.
The focus on the strategist too, on that pick and ban phase, Jim. I don't know. I wanted to get your thoughts on that because they really stuck to their guns despite it obviously like not working and still trying to even themselves force out the triple strat.
Yeah, I think the idea was if you do that and you run triple strat, it's like a unique, different thing that maybe isn't as worked on in scrims. I think I kind of like the thought behind it, but it didn't work like at all, right? So, you know, the question is if they try it again, I'm not sure they're going to. I think that they're a smart team and they definitely went back and they probably took it personally. I know this team, I've watched them before, they're great players. They don't want to look like that in front of everybody. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they change up in the ban phase here. They absolutely need to do that. You cannot allow that much power through the ban phase by any means.
Yeah, I think they really do have to kind of go back to the drawing board. But there was a lot to take away from both of these matches. They're coming back, wanting revenge. Today's the day they need to get the dub on the board. And one team will do just that. So let's see what FlyQuest and Sentinels have in store for us on day 2.
Into the banning phase we go, folks. Will the changes come into fruition? As off the rope, we see Gambit removed from both sides, already shaking things up a little bit, although Gambit, very common ban. The lock-in here from Flies is going to be that Elsa again. This is stuff that I could have made in my sleep. Nothing too cheeky happening just yet. What do you think so far?
Okay, I spy my little eye should Mirror and not Korova starting off on the side of Sentinels, which was also a different look compared to what we saw yesterday. So obviously, back to the drawing board, and they are trying something different. Maybe having Korova step aside in a current meta where it doesn't really benefit him in the best way was always a question mark I had looking at the teams before the predictions. But the double Elsa Protect means that we will have the Elsa 1v1, and that also forces out the Mantis ban, because you do not want the damage boosted Elsa.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing Yusher on the Elsa here. See, there's a lot of Elsa talent up here in Ignite, and all of which are trying to take the title for the best Elsa. And I do believe virtually all of them think they are the best Elsa, which is the mindset you have to have at this level of play. But going to see the removal of Vanguard Pool and the lock-in of Vanguard Pool again for Sentinels already. I vastly think they're making positive changes to their banning phase.
I feel like there's also a statement maker with Jeff being the protect on the side of FlyQuest and the tank pool being protected on the side of Sentinels. I think a lot of question marks also relies on the flexibility of both these teams. A lot on the line with these two teams too, losing out on that first series with a lot more pressure, putting onto the top 4 teams within their respective groups that make it out of these groups to that double elimination bracket. They're hovering over the Invisible Woman. You had 2 seconds left, and they commit to it. So Sentinels, even though you still have those 3 strat bans, it's that tank pool that they've recognized that could be the problem.
The next one.
Hey, you wanted something different.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup now, folks. We head over to Krakoa. Bans are locked in. You'll see the save of Jeff there for Fly. So Ken's going to be on that. On Jeff. Had some big ults actually yesterday. Saw a few 3-pieces, one of which was a 3-piece that ended up, they still lost the fight. And that was the one moment that sticks in my brain, as this team is definitely more talented than that. They can definitely pull that off as we see Vess floating the Thor. You're going to see the team up with Angie, and I love to see that. Thor going to get a little more movement.
Did you just summon this? You just summoned this too? Okay, maybe they're getting me excited. Okay, I know Zoe is reeling right now because we may see the torch fly out, and I like this too. You have a lot of verticality. Also, by the way, I just need to say, this is also one of my favorite maps. I'm not expecting this to be the rollout, okay? Mirror went back over to the Invisible, and we got to see, though, because Ryan Mason, and of course, with the Ultron buffs that we have, we got those 2 bots that he could put down onto 2 of his own teammates.
That's
so
the mixer,
this actually
right?
may be a different look than what we were
There's a ton of
expecting
slack.
going into this first
Oh, yeah,
very match.
put it on the
bottom.
Yeah,
just put it to the deck.
No, just put it at the floor, right in that little bracket on the bottom.
I was like, there's no way he comes out.
Yeah, just put it right there.
You know what? I would have loved him.
Pull it back a little so you're not pushing a button at the bottom of the...
Again, White Fox hasn't been seen so far today, but now, I mean, she's just in a really good spot. I think incredibly strong and can find value in picks. So the idea now is to play a little bit aggro with the triple, a more aggressive triple with Ultron and White Fox. And let's see if this works for Sentinels. But once again, start off with the triple. We're going to find one on his belt early on, and that's going to set the tone now. Goodbye to Thor.
I would have thought so. So check our framing.
Snapped. Okay. Well, that's a great statement here as Sentinels get to walk onto the point for right now. Look at Crimzo in the ultimate charge. We were highlighting it just in our last series as Mirror gets a finishing blow onto Jolly, and FlyQuest are just staggering it.
I like the composition here from Sentinels significantly more than what we've seen over yesterday. So shout out already to this rule change here. Amazing is going to be on that Ultron. Ultron, obviously very strong when damage boosted, but also in a triple composition can play very aggro. Keeping eyes on Ken now. And Ultron right now in the current meta, the idea is not only is the damage strong, but the ult charge is one of the best in the game. If you can keep those drones out and keep providing damage, you'll get that ult very quick, and you can actually get it prior to the strategist and try to get some early picks. So we're going to keep our eyes on that as Amazing's already at 76%. Right behind Crimzo on Vanguard Pool. And Tuzi is very close as well on that Elsa.
Trying to match that between both sides. Ken is the first victim, though. He's trying to float away from the right side, but very isolated from the rest of his team who are trying to force their way out of the choke. It's going to be activated first from Crimzo. Stop any sort of contention going through portal to portal as the lane looks right behind them.
We got
the rest
some
of Sentinels are feeling themselves
White Fox
50%.
gameplay
Flying right to the left of
Sentinels.
It is Melio who's also on the other side of that point trying to get back to his team.
Yeah, part of me's bummed about the Thor Angie team up already getting changed
No
out.
Gambit,
To see some success
no
with it, 'cause I don't think we
Mantis.
have yet really in
One
Ignite,
team
but
gets
it's not
Daredevil.
in our region, but right now they are making a change up. Vess is storied on Magneto, an incredible Magneto player. The guy just simply does not miss. We'll see if that provides some more value. Tuzi is very low on
really
HP.
played
He's able to get healed up here, and
Daredevil
Alco's
much.
already
Maybe,
involved.
I don't know. They've got some new additions. Maybe they do.
I don't see a Daredevil on.
Clean on this hero right
The
now.
bans? Yeah, they got bans from playing it. Sorry.
That's crazy, though. Maybe they just think... Because the last match I saw Daredevil getting banned immediately, too.
Yeah, he's just kind of a menace. Like, he is very good, but he's in dive comp, so it depends on the team.
Your favorite Ultron's playing, though.
Oh, yeah.
I
I will say, Amazing is a...
almost like that signature
War Amazing is a
hero where
DPS
Amazing loves
player,
taking to the sky,
which
but
means he's playing
terminates
DPS
from
that also
to help
happens to be
sustain
healing
FlyQuest.
secondarily.
Overtime taken away with Sentinel
My
at
problem is when
99%,
Ultron
not
is
find
picked as the
FlyQuest, so
second
it's just not even
strategist.
once. They kite away, they
Craft
roll
there.
that Ultron
He's a
ultimate
very
to
good
end, and
third
now the invisible
strategist.
boundary rotates in from
Because he's
Mirror.
just
They
a
have to wait
DPS
until
that
May
also
to
happens
have
to
that Ninetales activated before they dive in. Crimzo now trying to disrupt the
I
peace
think
too,
Elsa's
isolating one of those members that are in the backline to have that Ultron
Elsa's
drone
kinda
before
hard to
Jolly
beat.
uses the piece of the abyss on the anti-heal.
Oh wait,
He's able to find one onto Crimzo.
Sentinel made a
just-
roster change. It might have been just activating their backup, but they benched one of their strategists.
Numbers even at the moment. Alt advantage for Sentinels.
Kurova, who's
From yesterday?
Yeah, one of their big main ones that they got back
From your own Magneto.
from last
Resetting as a
time
team,
they were
dropping back, and here goes the retake.
Kurova,
Still have not
who's
lost
a
the point.
god out of
Here
Mordor.
now is trying to get this
But
Venom away. Flume just
Adam
barely
Warlock's
gets
not
the dash
particularly
there, and
good right now. He lost a team up, and with that, when you are at the team up, one of the two gets an anchor bonus
Always
for
feels
being
pain
part
when
of
you
it,
have to
and
slowly back
he lost
away. You know you're
15%
about
of
to
his
get
healing.
dunked in the head by that meteor and meatball.
massive
and then
amount
you have
when you don't have a
who had the
bunch to begin
extermination
with.
so quickly, ready
Or
for
yours
this
is
fight
so,
to
like,
out Zealous when
sporadic.
dance it off. Sentinel,
They kinda whipped their ass right there.
Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, who was a very good team last year, had a bunch of roster changes.
Yeah, they kind of got their asses whooped up there.
So they're kind of.
Or as I would
expected
say, in a
to-
nice way, they got ran through right there.
Yeah.
FlyQuest has the talent to do the same. Let's
Yeah,
see if they can
it's
shake it up here.
Can we sit back and
Sentinels is
appreciate
one of the
how
more,
amazing these
I mean,
changes
top
have been,
3
too,
probably
recently with the
favorites
Marvel
in
rivals?
this.
Just noting the fact that the
They
triple
had
threat here for
Aramori, who
Sentinels
was their
is looking
strategist,
completely different. You
who's
have
also
Flamay,
married to
Amazing
Crimzo,
putting in a lot of that pressure,
who is
backing
no
up
longer
Mirror,
on the
but
team,
with
or
that ultimate economy
got
being
removed. I don't know
here, too,
what
you look on
happened
the
there,
other side,
but,
it makes it so hard to
they
recontest.
decided to move
There's
on
now
from
so
her.
much different utilizations
Which will be
of a
interesting.
great look of different heroes.
Yeah, and
I
shout
didn't
out
think she
Jolly,
did
actually,
poorly.
on
She was
sticks,
she was
with
the one who would always
controllers,
crack all of
making
their
making
ults and
way back.
everything.
He's definitely viable, especially on the Vanguard.
The
role.
enemy
We've seen
ults
some
in
duels and
particular.
strategies as well, but Jolly on the sticks, up in the sky with Angie. A lot of the times you'll see controller players on Angela, Strange, Emma. For some
Good
reason,
feel out
they
there
just
right
feel
now.
really good on controller. Now, the fight begins again. FlyQuest looking to take this one back. The changes have come in, but the question is it panic changes like we saw in the last matchup, or is this Cerebral something they're doing to try to counter and find value? Alt advantage on
Dude, the
Fly's
fact
favor.
that they were right
Will
next
get
to each other
advantage
for a while was
right
crazy.
now on point.
Makes you wonder if Amazing needed to be the nail in the coffin with his
strategist?
Ultron Ultimate. Donovan gets the 1-2 and finds Jolly, clipping the one wing that Jolly was utilizing to get around
different
that
it is.
one pillar. Susie then follows up. Melio tries to reach
You're already lit up from the back side.
Yeah, it's
plus.
Too much oppression in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
I mean, I could
side,
try
and
opening this
Usher
up.
Might as
finds
well.
another victim, and that was all just straight neutral.
This hero's disgusting, and the user disgusting on this hero. Quadra coming in on the first fight.
Yeah, if it's
Sentinels
sunny as heck,
will take
it'd be
points,
maybe a
7%
different
is
story,
climbing.
but-
Best does have ult available. Ken should have the It's Jeff, but again, it's tricky to run the Jeff in a comp like this when there's some answers. Amazing could use Rage of Ultron to stop Jeff.
Oh, yeah, it looks good.
Or if Dong is able to
Yeah.
get there as well, that, you know, that opportunity's on the
Good.
table.
Doesn't
We'll find
backlight you
out what
too
it
much?
looks like.
No.
Crimzo does
I'm
have
dark complected.
Banhammer available.
Well, that's
Ken, though, which
compounding issue, not
right now.
a betting issue.
Versus two, right? Looking for a diving opportunity with some communication from Jolly. Zelos does have that BRB, but right now, Usher
If they got something they want to say.
attached to that one bullet every single time they try to get into position. Now you unleash everything here up
I
on the
flashed
catwalk,
real quick.
and that's a big pick, by the way. Melio finding Amazing what he had the determination could go big before backing away. They try to take the point, split more of that attention, but they haven't flipped it just yet. As Settles will have Amazing coming right back.
Yeah, teams are still trying to figure out the meta. We've heard that a lot in interviews. It's still early in
They're
the
not
season,
paying
and teams are trying to work their way through it. Right now, I think there's a ton of conversations going on where later on in the season, you kind of know exactly what you need to do just from practice and experience over time. There's been scrims, but scrims
Nice.
don't always
I got one that's a 9-inch version of that in stainless steel. Yeah, it weighs 6 pounds. Yeah, it's that heavy. It's insane. I love it. It's
Oh, well, it's a lid for.
no, it's
No,
it's a
press. No, it's actually a press.
Oh, no.
It's meant to make smash.
yeah, and
And Amazing was ready too to deal a lot of that pressure onto the
So the
ground.
one on the right is
Boy,
meant
can't
for
get away.
bacon.
Usher
Predominantly. You lay it on bacon, it keeps the bacon flat from like getting all wavy and curly.
Who does that?
I don't know. I tried it once. It was okay. It didn't really change much. I've got one. It's a 9-inch, so it's bigger than that, the round one, and it fits the bottom of my pan darn near perfectly. So I can do like 2 smash burgers at the same time. So I don't have a grill that I can use. It's certainly on a flat top. So, but I just heat up the pan super hot.
You think maybe
I mean, did they hear you talk?
Maybe.
If they did, they wouldn't have banned you.
I don't know. Me and YouTube are best friends right now.
I said,
I was just thinking, I said, hey man, you think YouTube maybe thought I wasn't disabled?
I don't think that would have changed the copyright issue. Yeah. Yeah, if they watch for 1 second. One more time, Destin.
Yeah, say that again.
Sentinels win this.
Not even a Doctor Strange swap up to try to pull
We need a mic over there now.
He's over there.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's over there talking shit.
It's a really tough mark to run Jeff into without your own Magneto because in those moments where you're trying to make aggro plays, you're constantly worried about a very fast farm with Ultron or Magneto.
All right. Sen picked up a map.
Jeff doesn't, in that map.
They had a rough loss yesterday. That was a bit surprising.
But you can look across the board. The only 2 finals coming from Tuzi and Melio right there on the bottom side for FlyQuest. But you look up there, Usher with 12 looked insane on that hero.
Also 22-1 with 12 finals.
The
The other team got 4 final hits the entire game.
You had 2 people not die at all. Their healers never died. 2 of them.
3 of them. Their tank never died either.
It could be a little difficult to try to match that of Boucher.
We've had some matches like that before.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is all too familiar. Jolly went 0-6.
How's FlyQuest even up there? Is this losers bracket?
No, it's a round robin. So they were as an org, they were one of the top orgs last year. They had a massive. I don't know how. There might not be more than 2 players on this roster right now that were there last year when they were good. But I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Maybe Julian Melio. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, that team's all different now.
They did just that. You can see Dominant not going down once because
but this was just an absolute routing.
What you were just saying here, and also just dealing with a good amount of pressure. Flamay was able to get some of these follow-ups together with Raimazing up in the skies.
Raimazing only got 2 finals on
Sentinels,
Ultron now.
a different slot in here with Mirror coming into the Invisiwoman, but this is a best of 3, everyone, and Sentinels are currently sitting at match point because don't go anywhere. On the other side of this break, we have game number 2.
Sure. You got
Hey, what button do I hit to hit the kitchen cam? Tony, what button do I hit the kitchen cam?
Alt 4.
Oh yeah, might as well at this point.
Oh, they don't have the little L bracket thing. Darn it. That's annoying.
I mean, we can just come hang out in the kitchen.
Yeah, but why would they not keep it consistent? Because I had my overlay set for
the L bracket.
Yeah, so like instead of having us right here, like where we just
they have the timer on the bottom right, and they have the schedule on the left on one of their other screens. They might switch it. Oh well. Yes, sir. Those just on there. I do measure my food grams to be more precise, but if I get this far, don't tend to go as high. The only thing about the kitchen cam, but they go high. Oh, good point. I guess I can stand on that side. Oh, spill that. Just that cup everywhere.
Oh, down. Love it. I didn't think it was hidden out. There's enough hidden out, man. Actually getting through. I mean, apple juice high. It's interesting, and they have a new K-pop song.
I just realized that they're gonna sing me Roots of Your Ass.
That one also here, just by shit from Vicky.
Hey, look, one dude is watching us just have a great
and
time.
Sentinels, two teams with something
Mom,
to
it wasn't
prove
me.
after the match. Quite frankly, we're heading into this first map elimination. I think they made some switches. They changed things up already in the ban phase, and then also in game. Sentinels, day and night from what we saw yesterday. I mean, this was about as convincing a victory as it can get. 2 times 100 to 0, and it is clean.
Yeah, I think if they keep running this Ultron comp successfully, it will force teams to potentially ban out Ultron. I think Ultron's in a pretty good space this season compared to where he was in the past. With these new changes, gives him a lot more value because his neutrals is really good. And they looked really good on the composition. At least so far in Apply, they were dominant the entire time. Shout out to Usher, who was just like taking out Jolly. No disrespect to Jolly, like every 2 seconds. It was like he was hunting Angela always. As we
Do we see it? We have to.
It's still somehow.
It's one thing when you're like,
Unless they think that they could dip them and we get the 1v1 again, but I feel like honestly Usher had so much impact, and Jolly I wake up too, because you're going down 6 times with Angela means that they had your down locked. They wasn't going to be able to do much. You didn't get that verticality in that first map of Krakoa.
Meatballs?
Yeah, he's living a Crimson life from yesterday. Crimson Angela yesterday was struggling too. Crimson today, chef's kiss.
Yeah, I think the shield comps may not be a bad idea. There's a poke on that team. You just got to try to find a way to shut down Usher, but with a composition like that, kind of running it very aggro, Flamay just kind of playing essentially like a duelist out there. Hits 3 finals, 2 on White Fox. I think White Fox changes up a lot of these backline triple comps and makes it definitely
Trying to do Hibachi?
Yeah, I definitely agree, because it makes you wonder what next weekend is going to look like, and White Fox's buffs are actually going to benefit some of these teams.
I mean, might as well.
For you.
The team's already running it, even though it is pre-patch, and they already have so much success with it. That almost makes me feel like a nerf has got to come there as well. Just, because the White Fox is so
You murdered it. I was not expecting to go that far.
Now, looking at the bans for this one, do you feel like either team really has their actual game plan, or I mean, Sentinel surely can just run this.
The thing literally like knuckleball. It's literally has no weight, can all of it. It literally feels like this. I'm like, I can't all of it.
That's allergic to Magneto. We saw it pop up on there before. We're seeing so many of these Vanguards from last year change things up. It's great to be able to be diverse in your hero pool, especially with the changes that we've seen before.
Oh yeah.
But I'm wondering, what is it, these changes, going into this? Maybe you gotta change something up if it's not working right.
I tried to move it over here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I think he's one of the strongest Magnetos up in this scene, but he just seems like elects to try to run other heroes now, and maybe it's because the team comp isn't really built around a mainline front shield. shield tank like that, you know,
Oh, we buy another mic now?
yeah, definitely not as much play, especially Alpha Spawndor from Best on that hero. As we start up now, the double Gambit ban, and we're going to see the lock-in of Elsa. What you know, very
I don't normally do that because I don't need to have scene-specific audio. I want the same mics to be active on
it
every
looks
You know,
like
it actually
Mantis
would be
ban
kind
being
of cool
forced
because
out
you can
because
do
of the Elsa being
major
protected, which allows now
cookout.
Sentinels to have Lucier
Major
Unleashed
3
with
day
their
1
own Elsa
cookout.
protect. The back and forth. We also have to highlight we are moving on to Hall of Jalia, which means that you will have a lot more of those open sight lines. And then if you wanted to talk about, you know, the topic of just having the verticality of Krakoa, you'll have very similar in this map.
He's got another month to figure that
Yeah,
out.
and this map does lend itself, especially when you're on attack, to take that topside right angle, and if you can own that when you're walking,
I had a
allow your team to have a little
cable
more
long
space down main, it keeps things tricky, but, you know, on the inverse side of that coin, this is very much one of those maps that we've seen holds on point one. It can definitely happen if the team's locked in together, but it truthfully is quite on the side. I'm sure we'll get a look at that from the observers as the game goes on, but seeing the bans here, goodbye to Vanguard Pool, that snuck through last time. It's going to be double original.
That way we also have lunch tomorrow.
Seeing that a lot more often too, with Invisible being protected, which means Sentinels already revealing their game plan. Could it be a bait? I always like to see the mind games that goes down into this pick and ban phase, because now they're lingering. Do we ban the Ultron? Almost like what you were saying before, Shiv, where it could kind of scare teams, but also name a better combo. Oh my gosh, is it gonna actually happen?
Yeah,
They do it. They do it. Okay, name a better combo that goes hand in hand than Ry-Mazing and a Flyer.
Yeah, I feel like our stocks
Give me a
just
thumbs
rose
up.
a little bit there with that call. That was beautiful. As,
Or
yeah,
thumbs
they're
down.
just trying to stop that. It was just too much to handle. I'm wondering what they're going to change now because Mantis is off the table too. I mean, obviously Adam is, you know,
So can you hear me? Test 1 3 7 9 1 8
Check 1 2. Am I loud and clear?
Here, Ultron on potentially both sides. First time
180.
in Ignite.
180.
And again, we talked about how it is strong in the map, but didn't know it was that strong.
Imagine being from another region and looking at the pick and ban page right now, like, what is going on in the Americas?
You can hear it?
Well, welcome everybody, because in our second game now, with Sentinel sitting at match point, feeling a little comfy, we get the double Ultron ban coming out as well as the double Invis and double Elsa.
Blue 42.
Sure that they're gonna try to fiddle each other.
Blue 42. Anybody's here.
I feel like that's just fan service.
42 Mike. 42 Mike. 42 Mike. Can't stand up watching him and they start screaming in his microphone. Like, Jesus.
Up there,
Blue 42. Level on my boss.
to see that. Okay, that's awesome. So Iron Man gets to play for the first time, I believe, in Ignite, at least here in NA.
If anyone for some reason watches this video,
You can't run the risk enough. I had to say it yesterday.
they're gonna know why there was crayons in your pocket earlier.
Now they're in your pocket.
Ry-Mazing in the back of champ.
Now they're in here.
Ry-Mazing saying, I just want to play Iron Man. They never let me. Well, he's popped off before. It can be difficult depending on the meta. We don't usually get to see it, but it's coming out here from Sentinel's teammate, actually swapping over to the window.
And here we go, folks. Early on, Mirror just trying to farm a little bit of that damage. 50%, not too much there. Ry-Mazing holding the high side as we see the attack pattern from the side. Going down main as a unit so far. On that Jeff, we've seen some success with that on the every single Vanguard in the game, which is obviously a huge talent. See what they like to do right now. A lot of commitment on this team. Very brawly front side. And they are going to be running that triple on attack as well. And they are going to be using the Adam. Crimzo guarding this position that we were talking about. If you can own this, you do a great job of owning the defense. Crimzo playing here with Angela is actually a big, great play. Gotta shout that out. As so far, already one good
Would you just watch baseball?
And I feel like he could be playing around in his own playground here, right? You have so many. Oh my gosh, Ry-Mazing still finds Zelda.
No,
Stagger at that. They're trying to stop Jolly from getting away. He forced to pop the armor. At least succeed into the Stroud ult for FlyQuest to work off of. But here you have Future putting in so much of that pressure still here. And Ry-Mazing just getting away with everything from the high ground here.
Yeah, I like the comments as we can see what happens now. You see FlyQuest changing things up just a little bit. Just to try to match what they're seeing on the side. Susie is obviously staying there on that Elsa, making the change. And then you have again, Zelvez making the switch over to Magneto. I like these changes just for the fact there's a lot of poke coming out from Sentinels, and the top right side is being owned by Crimzo. So if you can't break through that, you just force main and try to take the flyer out of the sky.
On Women's Month.
Pocket. As Dongmin's able to find Jolly early on there.
In-game.
Great work in Crimzo now. Another pick on Emilio.
It's like, just end it right now. You know, I gotta reset. They take out another team fight. Honestly, what I'm seeing right now with White this is very scattered. It looks almost too messy. And we see Bez. He heard her please. He's got over to the Magneto. Hopefully just like back away and make a quick swap up. But he's over on the Magneto. This is gonna help out a lot with these bubbles.
Will move to Jeff also can eat Iron Man ultimate if you're able to get there on time. Right, slightly ahead though. They're tracking ults, knowing that switch came through. You might try to communicate something happens to the signal or something like that. You know
I know that.
Honesty came out.
I know that did. We made a joke out of it, but you guys.
Jolie making the switch as well to Angie, but gets tackled right out of the sky. Is there another
it was a joke. Clearly.
Like there is.
Yeah, in game.
In game. Not able to get
in game.
That was serious. You don't think that's serious?
At least being able to fight right amazing when he had that ultimate all in line could have really put a stop to his invisible boundary as Miro finds Zelos next. FlyQuest waking up a little bit. They get the trade up from each side. Juicy waking up here too, but you miss out on the meteor investing. Alright, it's a little bit here, but with that meatball unfortunately not landing on its mark onto Flamay, Sentinels get to stay alive even longer, forcing FlyQuest to back away.
Yeah, Flamay doing a good job understanding that he was just in peril there and had to hold that ultimate to use it as a way to just shield the Meteor M if it was coming in. That overhealth is just too much to burst through with the Meteor M. So typically you have your team solid, but if you wait until the last second to pop it, you have that shield available to keep yourself healthy. Everybody now fighting on point in this front line corner. It's available left in this matchup. A huge ult by Jolly there. The combined three ults committed. Do they get anything with the Ken? Ken's not able to get any to land. Now they're able to find one onto Crimson. What a start there. Will they get enough ticks to push this through to point 2?
Imagine if Ken had Jeff on the exit strat though, going in runs. It would be crazy off-map KOs, but it's okay. FlyQuest still contesting here. They're trying to get the payload moving, but Sentinels are not giving it up just yet. Crimzo is about to portal right back in together, and Melio already finds Amazing. That's 3 out for Sentinels, with Crimzo forcing out that portal already.
Now, I really like these changes from Fly. They understood, they downloaded. Sometimes we talk about the panic switching, but they really just try to find a way through it. And I'm telling you, that was a great attack, all on the back of a huge heavy descent there. A little bit of overcommitment on the ultimate sake using Jeff. I'm not sure if that was a communication or they just thought they needed it, but when you're down to a few seconds like that, sometimes the communication's not even there, and you just try to make something happen.
My voice if I said that at my normal
push through onto the street space we go. Sentinels be able to bounce back.
I know, they just have to return here because Yusha's about to have that anti-predator, right? Amazing once again is unable to really take advantage of him having his ultimate ready to go. Mirror does have that invisible boundary, but keep your eyes on Zelos because that's going to be the player that Amazing wants to get that mark on.
Crimzo on the cap now. This guy's cap is storied, been banned out a ton in the past. Just such an annoyance for the back line and always staying healthy, moving around. There's a huge Lartrox, a 3-piece. Will they be able to clean up a thing too? Mirror gonna find 2 of those in Flamay. Making the switch as well. This time out of Luna, using that clap cooldown with a new buff that enables them to get the clap back quicker. Crimzo onto Zelos, and that will be a sweep there. Well done by Sentinels, who are also changing up their comp.
I also feel like it's so difficult when you're getting held in this position, especially the way that Sentinel is running this composition. Breaking through this choke can be hard. They gotta split some more of that attention, which is what Jolly's positioning is trying to do, and trying to harass the backline and stop Ryan Amazing, who's ready to go. Dongmin does have that Meteor M as well, with that spin ability.
Kevin Smith is down in his basement with the Warlock.
I know what you're talking about now.
Bring him down.
You wanna hop into my command center? Command center. Like command center.
One of the back onto Zelos, making a 2-piece out of best as Yusher takes out Jolly. The reset comes in here for Fly.
Skinny Kevin Smith
now for them. Only going to be a fight and a potential portal play if they have it available.
Look at Crimzo right now. Crimzo's back. The cap is in order. And Dogman has that bubble ready just in case they need it. Looking back at FlyQuest, they gotta try to
Hey, I care about my cojones.
Crimzo is waiting to dive in. There's a beast here coming out of the jungle before jumping on top of the strat line. And he's got the freedom charge on at it.
Oh, and he forced out to the
I mean, we gotta rewatch it first to make sure everything went well.
It's gonna be alive. It's gonna be alive for a little bit of time. Like I said, none of that is bannable, by the way. Like,
that?
None of what anybody said.
Nah. But apparently your name is. Thank you, YouTube. I love you.
Yeah. Violating copyright law is 100% a bannable offense. What are you talking
It's
about?
not copywritten. Look it up right now. I bet it's not.
You said it as if you know it's not.
I bet it's not. There's no way. I've had it for a year and a half.
But not in any way that could potentially be
Do they know who I am in Call of Duty?
It doesn't matter. If you got the nickname Mickey Mouse, you still lose it because that you can't do. Oh, you're up. Yeah, I think Dustin's calling you. I can't tell who's pointing at, but
Pretty sure he's calling you.
Caitlin, Dustin's asking for you.
You're up. Why? Don't do that. I'll unlock it. I'm gonna lock you out.
With the laser just gaining time after time because that new buff keeps him in that form indefinitely if you can provide that much value.
And that's another thing too, right? You're kind of forced to ban out the Ultron if you expect the Stark Protocol to come out. And like with Ryan Mazing having an insane Iron Man, who knows what they can roll out with here. I love the flexibility right now that we are seeing from Sentinels, but specifically, Crimzo's back. The Cap is back, and he looks like a well-oiled machine there when they were on the defense.
Yeah, I like the changes across the board.
Was it the
I
house
also
when you
want
left?
to shout out Fly
He's
started
probably
looking
asleep.
more like themselves there. They started, there was more individual playmaking.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a lot across the board. We're going to see what they like to do out the door
but
here
honestly,
on
that's
defense. Excuse me, but Sentinels, you can already see Crimson making that change
kind of how,
to the
in
front
a
side
way,
of
we kind of
Venom.
like
Venom
it.
is
Is like,
such a staple for dive compositions or engagement.
he knows that
You
we're
have a
here. I
Venom on
told
your
him.
team.
Lieutenant Dan is protected under copyright as a character from the film Forrest Gump, owned by Paramount Pictures, and via trademark for the Lieutenant Dan Band, founded by actor Gary Sinise for his charitable work. So it is trademarked and copyrighted. Yes. Like I've said this whole time, you can't use a trademark or copywritten entity. That's what I told you.
But what if I'm a lieutenant in the military and my name is fucking Dan?
Then you're kind of SOL because you just kind of
Because the movie Forrest Gump came out 25 years ago?
Yeah. You can be Lieutenant Daniel.
What if I was Lieutenant Dan before the movie?
Then it still don't matter. Now, if you had a Twitch account before the movie came out, then you're fine. You might get away with Lieutenant Daniel, but you're still probably going to be pushing it. No, just come up with... Hey, I'm sorry. Let me help you out here. Be creative. Yeah. Like, just come up with something.
So I guess that's our homework tonight, because I need to create that tonight.
Looking at him. Look at the Iron Man up in the
Yeah,
sky,
so we
but
can
I guess
do it.
you don't have enough teammates to do so.
So I can have it live tomorrow.
Yeah, you want to have it live tomorrow, for sure.
I mean, YouTube is going to be out of the question.
And it is amazing just having the time.
Said the sooner you get it done, well, yeah, by tomorrow morning. I mean, if you get it in tonight, there's a non-zero chance.
Me and YouTube are best friends right now.
You could do it. You're fine.
We're on good talking terms.
They just look locked in right now. I knew that first day was going to be difficult on the mental. It was all about could they bounce back. Right now they look like they have definitely bounced back.
Ooh, I might add my kick in here too.
Combination 100-0 twice and now walking through that first point and now
well, there also aren't
.2.
Twitch.
Only halfway.
A nice way I could say that.
I would love to see this be a close match here.
Like I said, if you're worried about things you can and can't get away with on Twitch, there are literal trash human beings streaming on Twitch that don't get banned.
For jumping back away. Mirror close to that invisible boundary. Flamay 2 with the dance up, but Crimson already pops up with that armor as amazing.
Iron Man is getting played in
Jolly the next to go down, and with nobody to contest, Melio's a little too late.
Yeah, okay.
Have walked the park.
You say FlyQuest won. No. They lost and then got beat.
That was some clean play by Sen there.
Oh, and then they got beat.
We wanted them to run some different stuff and look good doing it. And
It was a convergence map, so they had to push the cart. They only got to, they didn't get to point 2.
Specifically on teams that maybe
And then Sentinels just walked it down.
getting the double ban there.
Sure, I like Brock better.
And now pulling out the Iron Man and looking really good. Usher though, the MVP once more. 12 finals in the last match and coming out with 6 here, 21-2.
Wow, this is insane. You sure popping
You
up
need to
again,
tell
too,
him,
right?
hey, I can't.
21,
Well,
6 finals. Carimzo with 12 finals on top of it. That's the Carimzo that we have seen.
See, I'm waiting
way
for
long
a
before. Vez did
name
swap
for a
over to
YouTube
Magneto. We
channel,
wanted to
and
see it
this
earlier
is
on.
what I
He had a
played.
good amount of success in
need
trying to
a
enable
new
Jolly, but
YouTube
it's
channel
definitely difficult when
name.
your Elsa
I
isn't
play
getting that
Call of
same type of
Duty,
impact that you have from the
Marvel
other side
Rivals,
this term. You sure 21 and 2.
PUBG.
Yeah, I mean, doing everything they can there. I just think that Sentinels just look like a refresh team. When they had the momentum walking off domination.
That's going to come up interesting. Now, it might be a little too...
I liked the way that Fly was attacking early on there. But,
Redneck recoil.
Excuse me, in your
Dude!
it seems like they just kind of have
Dude! That goes so hard!
when you get held.
Go tell Dustin that, bro. I think you just found it. I think that's just GG's. Holy crap, that is so perfect.
The foot on the gas, walked right through them, and Fly, you know, I want them to bounce back. I know they can. I'm looking forward to more of their matches.
Even looking at Tusi's damage alone, like 17.2k, the damage was there, but the impact on those ultimates were not. So we got to see more from FlyQuest here as they try to work up some of the dinks in their gameplay and maybe try to go and cover a lot more of these hero flexibilities as Sentinels have completely changed the plan. We may not be seeing Korova out here.
Dude, Redneck Recoil is so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm
So
not
there's-
sure what we needed to see
alright, so there's
differently.
Redneck
Again, we talked
Recoil,
about how Fly was just kind of on that
There's
momentum.
Outlaw
What did you think of
Hitmaker,
that matchup right
Hitmarker,
there? Zoe, do you think it was,
Southern
a
Trigger,
tight one or
Backwoods
just momentum?
Loadout.
I mean,
Rebel kills the
they
animal.
rolled and they never stopped rolling.
Yeah, the other thing is the alliteration of the double R.
Country kill feed.
They're just using, but like...
Whiskey Warzone.
Maybe they could just go crazy and do something like that, even though it's
I still think,
like the
yeah,
Redneck
Redneck Recoil is just... It makes you think, like, Redneck's Recoil.
They look connected. FlyQuest, I still felt was disconnected.
When he
Like,
fucking
they were just not
kicks
always
you.
on the same
Oh
page.
my
I'm not entirely sure if it's just like,
Oh, I said that way too close to that mic, but...
running, like, I'm not entirely sure what I can pinpoint it to, but they have to like find an answer to.
Oh,
what's going on
man,
for
that
them.
is
They
so
wanna know
perfect.
also, and they do.
That one was said different.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
God.
the Sentinels as a team, they've been together for so long.
Yeah.
And obviously, Mirror coming in, Flamme, use your new pickups, you know,
Bro, go watch that
the team.
Redneck
They have a lot of
Recoil,
stories, like
at
past
Gmail,
history. And when
and
you've
then-
been together that long,
Well,
we
I don't
talk
want to
about
do. I
it,
can't do Twitch right now.
You start to understand each other's
Because
hidden
we're live right
cues,
now on
things you don't need
Twitch.
to say, and I think it helps you as a team. I think Fly just has to build that as this new roster and find a way to kind of, you know, mesh together more. And I think
switch
that'll
that
just
one
happen
too.
Yeah,
over
but I
time.
gotta make a whole nother email
I
again.
definitely agree. I think one of the
Yeah.
biggest things to take away from that last game is like if you try to
you
force
want
a
to.
Jeff and something like that, maybe a VR would have been way better.
And
than trying
by the
to
way,
protect
just
some of your
ask
teams
him
that
for a
would
logo,
break
too.
through That choke specifically. There's certain parts of that map.
I'll do it
that
on
just
here so you
enabled
can copy and
Ryan Mason
paste
to
it
get away
easier
with whatever he wanted. Whether he was
into,
playing out the line
all
of
of
sight
the
with that tall building
stuff.
over to the left side of behind that second checkpoint, no one was really marking it
Create
down.
me a
In
gaming
reality, that
logo
was too soon
for
before we saw Melios swap
Redneck
off of that
Recoil.
Force Atom composition into the Phoenix. Maybe a little too late is the question mark. So hopefully they'll be able to figure that out faster.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
they
I do
have
believe-
to, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Zoe, sorry.
No, you go ahead. You
No, I
guys
was
are the
gonna say we
editors.
got-
I'm just glue up the show. I'm just the host.
No, you know, we got word from Jarvis. Obviously, Ryan Mason coming in for the interview. I'm sure there's a lot of Iron Man mates are stoked to see that out there on the field. You know, we're looking forward to talking to him about essentially like what their plan is and being able to run stuff like this. You know, I'm sure the audience wants to hear similar answers. But yeah, shout out to Ryan. Looked great in that matchup. I'm looking
Create
forward
me
to
a gaming
hearing his
logo
reasoning
with the
for
name
hit,
being
which
Redneck
obviously worked
Recoil.
out. But yeah, I just think they looked like a whole new team today, for sure.
They really did. And that's a really impressive thing to do, right? Because yesterday on both maps, they kind of really stuck to their guns and to their playbook. Just to go overnight and kind of like throw that out the window and have a different approach.
Yeah,
A lot
rearrange
of
it.
teams
Alt 1
don't
is
get to
us.
do that. A
Why?
lot of teams, they would need a week, you know, like
What's
maybe
the
next
picture?
week.
I saw
they
the-
might give you something new
the
out,
name,
and
which
the
looks
first
like
week they just
fit
kind of
together.
try to make it work with what they have, with what they prac.
Hang on, I got a
So the
prompt.
flexibility and the willingness to adjust so quickly
no.
is very
Screw
impressive
that.
and should
I wanted this one.
make every Sentinels fan
That's
really
perfect,
excited
but
for
make
this.
him Mexican.
Yeah, I mean, the ban phase there, it's worth bringing up. You know,
He's gonna
we
put
talked
some
about
bro
what
on that.
Fire
Fire my
Red
bad.
again, that
Dude!
they ran
You
that
guys
all
copy
across
that.
the board.
ChatGPT the logo.
It's going to play something they want to.
Bro.
What they wanted to run was more of that free front line. They could run essentially whatever they wanted.
He said make a Mexican.
Like, Hang on, we need one little tweak.
Magneto dominance been consistent on Magneto all the time. I'm wondering if maybe that's.
I want to see what this is.
Try to find a way to remove
Let's see how based ChatGPT is.
I just think they got the exact comp they were looking to run and made it work.
Yeah, now as we're waiting for Amazing to get in here for a quick chat.
Yeah, you might as well. It's good.
Right? Because
and that one is.
It looks more like Dustin than you, but
it does.
It does there a little bit. So for a second we're like, Ultron back in the mix.
That looks more.
Nope.
Now we get to see it not only played on both sides, but also back.
Hey, that looks more like it. Just tell them to remove the Mexican flag.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I kind of was expecting
It looks more like
some
you.
teams
Can
to
you
try
add
the
the-
triple
or-
strat with the Ultron, and if there was going to be a team that was going to run triple strat, it was definitely going to be Sentinels. It fits into the way that
yeah.
works together.
Hey.
Of course, he just loves flyers. So
That looks
I
perfect, but
from Tuesday wondering, oh,
remove the
okay,
Mexican
that's
flag
good.
and
But,
add an
that
American
didn't come
flag.
out. I'm more so surprised though on how prevalent it is so early within the preseason, because I think a lot of teams, as we keep repeating, have been trying to.
You might put
figure out
American
what the
flag
meta is.
behind it,
Where
but-
those teams slots in, it's a question mark on.
You might be able to go to that
okay,
picture and
with White
try a
Lotus
new
and how
prompt
quickly
off
can
it
you
instead
get that
of
ultimate
keeping the chain. Sometimes that works. If it doesn't give you a result you like.
We do have
Instead of trying to
ready
keep going,
join
it'll just
us for a
dive deeper
quick
and deeper and
chat
get worse and worse.
after
Perfect.
this dominant
You did that?
job that Sentinels just got
Oh,
themselves.
hell yeah.
So let's bring him in for
Perfect.
an interview.
No fingers with
Been
no
so
hands with
excited
like
to pick
15
his brain
fingers.
regarding what we got to see
Hell yeah,
on the
dude.
server. Amazing. Congratulations.
That is
Hello and welcome
dope.
to the
I tell
show.
you, that's the
First things
clutch
first,
way.
have to talk about
Tell them to make
what
the
we got to see you
background.
rolling out with. We did not
Well, I've already hit
expect
my
to see
limit on
Iron Man
ChatGPT.
today.
I don't pay for
Oh
it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
know
okay.
that you want to play
But the
it.
background,
Who
I
did you
can
have
build
to
it.
drive? Who did you have
I
to
got it.
convince
Well,
to
no,
go
I
live?
could do that. Adobe has an
I think my team
Adobe
trusts me
Express
with
on
Iron Man.
just go to Chrome and go to Adobe Express.
Really, I could just wait. I could create a new session, post this one in, and say make this background black.
Yeah.
Play Iron Man.
There's a lot of ways to do that. That's not that hard. You can also just remove the background, so it's a PNG where you can paste it and not have any background, which is really handy for a lot of things. But that is dope.
Oh,
dude.
hey, what's your password to log in?
I gotta ask in terms of just like
no,
entirety of the team. You guys, a
Or
team that
fingers.
a lot of teams. Everyone loves you guys as a team together, but
Or just
yesterday
do
you
it.
Oh, it's a
struggled
password,
with it,
password,
right?
yeah.
What changed today that made you guys look so
I
dominant?
thought if it was a number code, you could just kind of like.
Should I just go ahead and just delete the
I
other
think
one?
we worked our draft.
Yeah, you might as well.
Well, I can't get logged into it, so I can't even
Oh,
do it.
yeah. I mean, at that point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's alive or dead.
T'Challa, they had Swamp, we gave Elsa, Tankpool, DD. I think we really blundered our.
Was working about the right size when you smashed
So
them?
today, I think we looked a lot better with our
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. I got two questions. First off, the opening one is you got to play Iron Man. I'll never forget what you were telling me with Korova. Like, just let me play Iron Man. You know, I always have a good time with that. You got your Iron Man play. We know that you're
Should I
great
move
with
for
flyers.
work or-
Second
or
question is,
business or just personal?
how is this looking in terms of a different? Currently with the meta,
don't know what the.
it's not really beneficial to Korova. How has it been setting in? With
some-
I
I
wonder if it
think-
has anything to do because I didn't
May,
put my
as
whole
your backline
name. I just
together?
put JB.
I think Mirror is just like.
Because I don't like having my first and last
two.
name.
That doesn't matter.
Gambit, I think it just like overperforms.
I think I might have put
And
Legendary
I think
Hero
it's
when I
really
put
aggressive,
mine.
which is something we kind of needed today. We just needed to like go in and go first. I think it really showed how dominant we were with Mirror today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are getting a lot of those neutral picks. Yeah, go ahead, Zoe.
No,
Here's the thing. The one thing about like
neutral picks first, and you kept like rolling on top of it.
the
It was,
rival
like,
stuff
very
is
much a, like,
these
blitzkrieg
commentators are
style.
great as
Find one,
commentators.
the whole
Their
team
interview
fully
skills are
commit. I
kind of
think
weak.
that's kind of the step back.
Like they'll ask
change
good
you guys
questions
have made.
and then the
Crimson
person will
also
answer
changing heavily,
and
pulling
be
out
like,
Cap, Venom,
okay,
things we
cool,
didn't
cool,
get to see yesterday. Was the vibe different?
Okay,
with the
so
team
now
today? Did you
it's
guys
like,
feel more
god dang,
confident
you guys
going
need to
into
get a little
this
snap. I mean, there might be a
Yeah, I
delay,
definitely think we felt much more
but
confident today.
holy
I think
crap, you guys
our
gotta get
warm-up,
a
we're
little
just, like,
snappier on
made it
this.
sure it was really important that we're going first, that we're going fast, we're playing aggressive, right? I think it's a big change from yesterday where we kind of tried to play slow, and I think going aggressive and making the other team make
Redneck
mistakes.
recoil.
Now the email doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, redneck equal or recoil. Let's do 18.
One last question for you. You are in a pretty.
Yeah, I had to put
stacked group,
787
right?
on mine.
Call it
18
the group of
Yeah.
death. How do you feel
I
about
had to
stacking
tweak
up
mine.
against the other teams? We know
Legendary
Iron
Hero.
Man
Let's
coming up
do
next.
because y'all gonna need
Really
this password.
impressed
So
in their
let's
first
do.
match. What's
Yeah,
your read on that
definitely
team?
remember
What's your
that.
read on the group and where you're ranking in there?
I think our group is like really close together. I think anyone can beat anyone on any given day. Like a good team can beat or a bad team can beat a good team on a good day, right? Like I think it's that tight. So obviously we need to plan individually for every team. Even Catholic Rose, they beat Flybucks. These guys can be a threat. So we're definitely gonna give it our all every match and make sure we close it out even against the teams that maybe aren't the highest on the tier list.
Right.
Yeah.
Underestimating
where I got better at smashing them?
Thank you so much for joining us for a quick chat. Once again, congratulations, and we hope to chat to you again very soon.
Thanks,
Oh my
seeing your eye.
God.
Thanks for dropping him in.
Bye.
My phone number has been used too many times.
I'm happy to hear that the vibes
Oh,
were
yeah.
high because, you know,
You're not gonna have that. Just tie it to your other
when
email,
there's
you'll
so
be
much
fine.
pressure, so many expectations
Next
on the
want me to
players,
confirm on my
starting the
robot
season
live.
off with a loss against a team that
Is there not try another way
have
or?
been considered the weaker one, the weaker opponent, that can get to the mental of some players. Like some take that too hard, some don't manage to recover that quickly from that.
I
Yeah,
think
like
Crimzo put those kids in boot camp, by the way.
So you want, but it would then would tie it to the email, and I think mine might even be the case.
Puts him into shape. Yeah, I mean, I liked his answer was just like, you know, in warm-ups, we were just like,
don't
let's
have
just be
any,
aggro
like,
today. Let's just, you
WhatsApp
know, let's
or
shake
anything
this
like
off, because I think we're in our heads trying to play slow. And that's what
Yeah,
needed to
just
change.
get
It
a phone
absolutely did
number
change.
real quick
Because you
and do
saw
it.
it after one pick, they just rolled right through. They fully committed. And even if they lost a fight or two, they do it
Yeah,
again.
workarounds.
Yeah, they definitely gained momentum and never
Trash
let go
game,
throughout
dead
the
game,
series.
addicts
That's
game.
a wrap on this match. But
that
there's
right?
so much more to come. We have another two
I
teams
mean,
that are looking to get their first win on the board.
I enjoy it.
versus
We all enjoy it.
I'll have
Right after
my-
a short break, so don't go anywhere.
Are you done talking to somebody?
Yeah, someone chatted. Trash game, dead game,
It's always
addicts
got
game.
my logo though.
I'm not addicted, but I enjoy it.
But it's got my logo every time.
Oh. No, the YouTube one.
I mean, it's a fun game. I enjoy
that's
it.
mine. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. What do you think? Marvel Rivals, trash game, dead game, addicts game. Is that accurate? According to this guy, Marvel Rivals is a trash game, dead game, and addicts game. I don't know if I agree with that take.
Which guy said that?
Dude Cannon 9370.
Oh. Trash game, no. I wouldn't say dead game. I would say nuke warning game. I mean, it's a good game. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
it's a target audience.
Well, also, peaked, I mean, 100,000 I think was their is what like 80 to 100,000 is. It's just actually a very good game for a year into it. Like it's not what's the one that came out and died just recently that you were mentioning wanted us to play, the one that came out and died because all the streamers hated on it because it was kind of actually crap in real life.
Oh,
Sorry,
talking about-
just hit me with in the middle.
Sorry, I
you're
know.
talking about the
one that came out like a month or so ago, or 2 months.
Starts with a D.
Anyways,
yeah,
it's still alive this long, and it's releasing new content and thriving. So okay.
I will put that out there. These devs are a lot more on top of it than any video game I've played.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I've played a lot of video games.
Yeah.
They release content either every couple months,
every month now.
if not almost every week, with skins and new gameplay. The devs are on it.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to the issue of it. It's a very niche.
Yeah, hero shooters,
game.
and then Marvel
Yeah.
IP on top of that. But like
It's a very niche game.
It revitalized Overwatch.
Agreed. I
Like-
mean, I'll tell you now, I will not touch Overwatch as long as this game's out.
Yeah, agreed. I'm aware with you. I played Overwatch a little bit.
It has that special sentimental value of watching heroes.
Yeah.
That you've been watching your whole life, and now you get to play as them.
Yeah, it's the IP that's appealing, and then the format that which you get to engage with it is fun. Like Addicts game, I don't know. There's not
I don't know. I can get into that because when you play it and you like the game, you get a little addicted to playing it.
Sure, I can see
if that's
some
what
of
they're
that.
saying.
There's no gotcha though, like gotcha mechanic where you're like rolling loot boxes. Like that's not in there.
Oh, yeah, it's not like CS:GO. I'll give that.
Yeah.
But when you start getting that grind in for that Lord,
Sure.
then you get that itch to jump on every night.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go as far as saying addicts. Maybe there's something
Itch.
in there. yeah. So about that. Also, you clicked on a stream of a Marvel Rivals stream. So whatever you're doing, you clicked on it. That's on you. So like that's the weird part. You took time out of your day to come into a.
I'll definitely take the trash game comment. It's not a trash game.
No.
And I'm saying this as a not normal player of these types of games.
Yeah, not even.
I'm more into the shooters, the CODs, the Battlefield, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I still love this game.
Yeah. This is our casual hangout and do some, quote unquote competitive gaming versus
Now,
our like real casual stuff.
What I will say is I wish there was a little bit more different type of gameplay, different type of yes, they're adding maps. But it kind of becomes a little
samey and
it not, and it's the harsh word to say, but bland. I don't mean bland fully.
Yeah,
but it becomes the
sense,
same after and
loop.
after.
Yeah.
And so like something that would revitalize a little bit of different gameplay, kind of like they put that domination type gameplay in, which we're not fans of.
Right.
But something like that.
I like their effort for trying something, and I like that they're trying to do things that exactly do that.
Yeah, just something that changes it where it's not like, okay, look, spawn in, wait for your team, push, you die, back up, grab your other team again. Like, I wish there was like a little more like lanes, like
Deadlock does, like the MOBA style.
Yeah, just not as bad.
Yeah,
but
not a MOBA,
yeah, but
exactly.
give different lanes. Yeah, just something like that where it puts a little bit more. Puts a little more thought into it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it gets to where you're spawning in, you just rush up there.
Yeah. Well,
or wait for your team and then rush up there.
And I'm thinking maybe if we get a little heavier into some competitive, it might feel a little bit more, because even though it won't change necessarily the actual core like loot that you're doing, it'll make a lot of that feel more meaningful and less like the part of that sucks is feeling like all you're doing is running face first into a brick wall, dying and doing it again. When there's actual coordination and progress and like the ebb and flow of a fight is a little more dynamic than just run in, shoot stuff and die. I feel like it could alleviate that a little bit. Not all the way, not completely remove it, but I think that might help if we got some more like.
No, I agree. I think that if you take the normal hardpoint, the normal mode that they play now, and actually
it took them a while to even get to that point. So I want to see a confident
Does it?
version of
I thought it was.
TSM.
What's that? He needs a phone number to activate the Gmail.
Yeah, I can agree on that too,
because he's used his phone number too many times.
Even if it's a little unorthodox, what we usually see
but
with individual players should.
if it moves around a little bit, like I'm not talking about like they have those 3 set spots on the new mode.
Yeah.
But if it gets to a little bit more like COD hardpoint where you have to full-fledged rotate,
yeah,
because then it causes more movement is the only thing
yeah,
I'm trying to do.
I can see that.
But now we're looking over at LunaX Gaming, showing that they can take a round on Team One Citadel.
Yeah, I think new modes would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, this guy's 99% not even in here anymore. But
yeah, I was just about to say.
At this point, just conversation.
Yeah.
Like they stood out. They caused
The whole thing is
Isn't
the
that
whole thing would
conversation,
be
right, Vicky, about being one of the best elses in the
yes,
game,
you
no?
bring out new maps.
Remember, Chip, everybody says that they're the best.
Likely,
No kidding.
That's the confidence you need to have as a
Created yesterday.
You've got more banners than cheaters, or than chatters. Sorry.
All of us.
Actually,
dominating
y'all
and
two.
getting
I don't know
this
why I
pace,
don't
you
get
need to
any
get
of
more of these follow-ups because even if you can find 3, you look behind you, the whole team is gone, and now you have to deal with 3 more.
Yeah, again, talking about that confidence, I think if you don't have it, you get the yips. Similar to like any sport, right? You have to believe you can do it because you just play better. You go up in baseball and don't believe in your swing, you're going to strike out, and you're going to make, an error. You're just going to, it's just not working. So you got to lock in, play confident, and I think Ritas was definitely that confidence yesterday.
You should be able to.
And I honestly thought they had to ban him out. At one point, I was like, Ritas might be able to pop off and take this thing home, but they elected to still not do it, came out on top, but either way, they still got a round in on Team Liquid Citadel.
That was a great
They certainly
prompt
made
and
it harder for
answer.
themselves not banning it out. On
Shout
the
out
other
to
side, though,
UBT.
TSM, I think Gale on Elsa
Did you
is
show her
also a
the
really good look,
the
but
logo?
definitely also someone who's
Oh.
good at it. So perhaps there's a gentleman's agreement that
It's
they
so
just
good.
let the Elsa come through.
The logo.
We're going to see that happen again, though, in the pick and ban phase against, a team that they maybe feel more confident. If this is the opportunity for Lunix to make a statement when everybody had originally put them pretty low in the predictions, this is the moment to do it against a team like TSM who are trying to still figure things out. Not only are they one of the many teams still figuring out the meta,
it's
but
scary
also
how
trying
good
to dissect what their
that-
own hero pool is looking like.
That feature is.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
It can get janky if you get down a rabbit hole with it, asking it to do too much, but if you keep it simple, it'll kick anything out.
Might be a solution for them. Just requires some really good mechanical skill while still fitting in the meta because it's a pretty good pick in the dive, right? Ultron's in the sky, avoids a lot of that ground dive. He has a ton of, he has movement, gets his ult super quick to help counter back and to help pressure anybody that's applying pressure to your backline. There's just a lot that he can do, including keeping one of those drones on your backline to keep him healthy. So a good pick for this current state. We'll see if they want to try to run something like that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Lunix is going to switch things up because, quite frankly, I think they had a
Tie it to your
really good
existing
idea
one.
of a game plan and the execution was there as well. They were
You're best to do a fresh, whole new account
That's what I'm saying. At
entity.
this point, like, I just need to.
Yeah, just new account.
New account, but I don't know if I need to disable.
So I think the only thing that I feel like they have to clean up was they staggered. They staggered into different
The only thing that knows.
I'm gonna do this one different though.
Overall, the
Not
pieces
do
were
it through
there and the
Google.
idea
I'm gonna
was
do it like
there.
a regular.
Yeah.
So I made my own gaming email.
Yeah, he did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
He created that. That was the first step. He did it last time, but he just signed in with Google. Now it still might count it as signing in with Google because it's a Gmail. It might just default to that anyways.
To what we had seen in the
sounds
MRC
burnt.
when
It's
that
the
was the
air fryer.
final.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right, it was
I'm
Yabu
like,
lost versus Luke
something
Cage.
sounds
We brought
like-
it up earlier when we saw Yabu lost. That was a 24-minute best of 7.
Like my eyes are watering from it.
And
I'm
they
like, oh.
came back and they figured out what they need to do differently. As
Heck
we
yeah.
dive into the first map of our third series of the day, everybody, let's get into the pick and ban phase between TSM and Lunix Gaming.
Yeah, folks, we'll see. Off the rip, goodbye to Elsa and Gambit. Now, me
I
as
didn't
one
do
team
it.
is
What's
gonna
so
get
funny is
the
that
Elsa,
that
that's gonna be
name is
Lunax.
nobody
So
has it.
once again,
Really?
we're gonna
Just
see if
straight up?
Ritas can do what Ritas does on that hero and just
That's
Yeah,
cool.
they had mine. That's why I had to put the
in the favor of
TTV.
Yeah, me
Lunax.
too.
I'm not sure if they watched what they saw yesterday, but I think TSM thinks they can handle it, removing that Mantis to make sure they can't
I
run
then
something
changed
a
my
little more
personal one
aggressive
to
in the
Legend Hero
backline composition,
TV.
enabling Elsa even more, and instead are going to be able to get that Gambit.
Well, I forgot about. I brought
Oh,
that
yeah.
over earlier.
I'm gonna make I'm gonna make the password easy
We
so that
also
way.
saw some teams
Yeah.
protect the Gambit and
It
then
is.
really not find that success.
Hey,
Earlier today, we saw that in
No,
our first
don't
series,
step on
right?
this
Want to try to help enable
thing
this,
here.
that way you can get the win con.
Then he climbs over that and
No.
steps on it anyways.
This is easier because I can keep them away. Over there, I can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Tico on that VP. Haven't seen any VP, by the way, despite those buffs coming out. I was saying, if we're going to see something
Just like,
different,
it's a weird
Self was going to do
shape
something crazy, but no, that was not going to be the thing rolled out. Instead, it's going to be the Van.
Well, like I said, once this is gone, it's gonna be
Yeah.
so much
Traditional
easier.
leadership, we've been seeing a consistent pattern that Elsa, Gambit, Daredevil, which by the way is still available here.
Yep, Elsa, Gambit, Daredevil. That's
Because
1,
do
2,
they
and
wanna
3.
deal
I don't know in
with
that
the
particular,
double Raging
what
Royal
particular order,
Flush?
but.
As we're trying to linger over what that next pick is.
I know I'm about to.
Yeah, I know it's a tricky position. Do you allow the right to come in and pop off for the team up, or do you allow the double right? It looks like Vayne's on the table.
No,
but again, he is
step up
very
there,
much
we're
one of
gonna
those
light.
heroes that requires a lot of talent and focus, and it looks like TSM believes they can do just that. So this might be one of the first times we're going to be able to see the double Raging Royal Flush in action, and if it can be handled by a team like Lunax, or if it's going to be too much and force them to change up the next ban phase.
It's like pick your poison. Do you want the double Raging Royal Flush, or do you want to deal with a heavy rogue and Star Wars?
Twitch is
crazy.
created.
To
That's
get the
so
Gambit
easy.
into the Galactic Legend as a combo to be able to win and clear a lot of these fights.
And
question is, which duels are you going to select to try to counter else? Are you playing that cheat?
Yeah, I can do it. Give me 1 second though. I'm gonna go ahead and upload go ahead and upload
excuse me, the duelist line of Veritas, who looked really
Oh,
good yesterday, and that is going to be the question we'll find out the answer to together.
Are you still
TSM
using
does
the-
have that
oh, no,
European
you made it.
talent, but will it match up? I'm looking forward to watching Krakoa again first domination of this matchup.
That's why you were
And
like,
look how
was
much
cheated? I was
they
like, so
used up,
bro, I
though,
cheated
having
that
that
whole
protection
bag
on
itself.
Gambit, it forced them to ban out the
Am I wrong?
Star-Lord, forced them to ban out that Rogue. It's so much used up just for that one
Am I
single
able to
pick
end this
that TSM was able to provide.
in my stream by myself here?
Yeah, they're floating Tico on Panther right now, and no doubt that's not going to be the
Have him do it first,
I'd love to be proven
just in
wrong
case.
here as we start
Because
off
I'm gonna
the
log out of it, that's
moment.
why.
Everybody
Yeah, have him do it real quick.
and showing the real choice.
Wait, you're on the new one
so
though.
far. You
Not
gotta
on
see the
here.
idea of
Oh.
competition.
Oh,
Pizza's
no,
gonna
but
be
on
that
that, you
defensive
were on the new.
story, gonna be out there.
Oh, you're trying to sign out of.
I'm gonna
the old
look
one.
because I had the
I'm
logo
actually gonna run
loaded on my
excuse me,
phone.
there's that
So it's
Phoenix
easy for me
matchup.
to.
But you're signing out of the old one or the new one?
Provide more
I just signed out of the
and
old one.
Cal on the Gambit. I like this comp a lot with a triple.
I mean,
Vanguard.
Take you off.
Okay, Silent Blaze hovering over the rocket, maybe a BRB going down. We take a look at the strats that were banned towards Lunix. No Mantis, of course, no Gambit and Jeff. Jeff being another priority that we've been seeing more and more, I think, as the MRI has been going on across different regions, has kind of been a very interesting topic on not trying to force out either a triple strat if you feel like this team is really good at trying to help with the peels, or Logan and Silent Blaze maybe trying to see if they're going to be able to roll out with this because you're dealing with a double Rage and Royal Flush, so you got to stay alive.
Yeah, and that's why we are going to see Rocket, at least maybe for right now.
Yeah,
like just
the new monster is punter counter better.
Coming through. We've seen Silent Blaze play Rocket in the past. I believe Silent Blaze is on controller, if I'm remembering correctly. But so yeah, you know, we're just likely going to be playing some of those heroes that's more tailored to the controller side of things. We'll see what that looks like. Kamino's is going to stay the Rocket right now. So you know, the idea for the side of Logan and Lunax is it's going to be dicey. You got to save that free cooldown. You do not have to team up with Fox to give yourself another answer. You got to have insane positioning, and your team's got to be playing around you to keep you healthy, because you will not have those Loki crystals. You will not have that Gambit movement to self-heal. It's going to be a tough battle, but if Logan can do it properly, it'll be huge for Lunax as the game begins right now.
Gale ready on the thing, though. Nice little note with that triple vandalist setup as if he already tries to dive into that back line, tries to tether together. But Luke is ready right there to try to help ground him. It doesn't even matter because Pizza Demon, he didn't want to try to send out those left. He got immediately deleted.
Probably
And Bedtime
in-screen
Story
after this,
was able to give more
match.
information. And
That would
TSM are just getting torn apart in this first fight with
play around with
Gaming taking
settings.
control of this point.
Somebody stop the symbiote.
After this
dude
match,
is
it was
just
in
popping
screen,
off.
that we can play around with
Waiting
settings,
for
neat.
crystals to get popped and immediately committing, finding pizza, and then
I ended
another
my-
two
we
picks
ended my
after
stream
the
on that
fact.
one.
After
Because he had to
the
log out of
drops
it. I
away,
took it off
he gets
for
help
this.
from the back line and just re-engages. Talking about Logan staying healthy and staying in the back line, they
That
didn't
way.
even have that much pressure because the entirety of
Nope,
Lunax was on
it's
top of
already-
their heads before the fight even started.
Now you're noting why that was no Jeff. They were expecting the Venom to come out from Iffy, who's an insane Venom that we've seen thus far too, and they didn't want to have that team up, but it doesn't even matter here. When nobody also
We asked them to isolate the
ready to go, they back away just in time with Gale now going over onto the Phoenix to
remove
provide
everything
some
else,
sort of
and
pressure
use that as
for
like
the
your banner,
teammates from
so it
Lunex that
takes
are
the
spread apart.
Character out.
and that way you have a cleaner banner.
Keep the team up.
Yeah, I mean I can't.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
that's all
yeah.
stuff for later. I'm just saying, like, those are ideas. Like, you can really utilize them to do stuff like that.
Got to regroup and try again.
Crazy stuff.
Out goes the Glartrox and finds a three-piece, and down goes TSM once more. Lunax keeping the pressure up and walking them back to the door. They're going to keep this angle tight as that teleporter does not start.
So then what I will
55%, they might be able to stop
do-
them. They're elected to drop backwards now, I believe, because they know that portal's just about to come back up. Good combo by them to not play too aggro. If they do elect to take that portal, then no, they are not. At least not so far.
Stream. Yeah, stream.
Holding on to it here. Callie is very close to that Raging Portal Flush, but Luke is trying to mark them. It's the Rita's speed. Bedtime Story, but Tico in the back finds Bedtime Story right at a different off angle.
Dropping backwards once
There
more.
goes the roof of your mouth.
Still with a slight alt advantage. And we're
We're gonna
see
end
how
this.
Yeah,
anyways,
melt
right?
cheese.
Okay, so I can get this. I can do this. We can do this after we eat things. The stream.
Value off of this first pick because there will be an answer on the dance floor. Tones will have Cat's Freedom Charge. There will be a Sia available. There's a lot that they can do. Gale with the engagement, able to find one that is huge for Gale.
Should I go ahead and? Should I go ahead and? I'll go ahead and. I guess I can go ahead and create a YouTube.
To commit that Sia when that Ensong Inferno is out. So now that Phoenix used alt, he can feel confident using that. It'd with another pick on the cow. It's going to be more value, but Pizza copies up and starts once more with another Royal Flush. And that is still going to be a back and forth, but Tico is the next one to set the pace. Goodbye to BTS, and they still have this point at 99.
Lunix are playing this so well. Silent Blaze, honestly, the MVP and holding on to that BRB. You talked about it perfectly, Shib. You see that the Yetsong Inferno's ended, you go ready, and you put down the Tia, and you win another team fight with
So you're gonna have the doctor put it in an envelope, or you guys gonna know before the reveal? Is it gonna be revealed to y'all or just everybody else? Okay, so you're gonna know straight up. You don't want to be surprised on day of?
So I would go create a channel on YouTube.
As soon as they heard that commitment, knew it was game over. Pop that C on point, they win it. Lunex decidedly taking map 1. TSM got to rethink some things.
Yeah, use YT.
What do you change out here? Did Phoenix swap up a little too late? They kind of grouped up together. The thing really not providing the value that the goal of the thing wants to get. When if you
imagine for the one who's
back line, but then you're getting
carrying it,
behind you, not allowing your team to feel enabled. Hovering over the Doctor Strange here, maybe trying to go for an early portal play so that way they can get set up even earlier.
Yeah, I like what
I'm just saying.
I knew exactly where you were going with that.
I was gonna say, don't you have to actually hit the golf ball for that to work?
I knew exactly what you were doing.
Because right now, there's so much on your backline, you need to try to do the same to them. They're
I
trying to
have no
protect, and it's just
idea.
not working.
You can be like people in California, start a forest fire or a wildfire.
I like the idea.
Oh, that is what they're going to do. They're going to try to open up immediately with that. Maybe try to contest here up on the high ground where Redis is trying to get some information together with Tones, looking to dive on the same opponent together with a 3-2-1. And they try to cut off at least their edge.
I really don't know, and I'm like
interesting. And they
knee
find
deep in
Blaze.
this.
Silent Blaze literally gets jumped up on the high ground. So down now, an entire strat, which means they also don't have that BRB.
Good commitment there by TSM to make a play early on. Pick them up in numbers. Redis, though, oh my goodness, so much damage goes out. The Patagon for days staying healthy. Gilbert Noodle able to find one onto Tico, and that's another number up here. As Silent Blaze comes back, the BRB
Daredevil is just so disgusting to watch. Like,
Gilbert Noodle
I would love to be good at him, but there's no way.
The BRB, it was not. So they still will have point advantage in numbers, and now TSM is figuring things out. Iffy going to be wrapped with that BRB, so they will stack faster and come back as a unit.
I like backing away here from Tones, though. Just regroup, wait for everybody. Look how much the foundation crumbled the moment that they dove and jumped Silent Blaze at the very beginning here for TSM. And now they're about to have a good amount of ultimates online and just waiting that neutral fight just based off the portal.
Yeah.
And Lunix are just trying to take the slow because look at Tico.
Yeah, I mean, it
He's got
lets
that
you
Predator
include someone else specifically that you wanted to allow to enjoy, like, take part in that special moment. That would be a...
You can wait for the rocket if your team can stall on this point. Right now, Lunex is
I will say,
Jasmine, our friends over there.
looking for another. Seeing that BRB is huge find. Noticing the rocket healing from back
No,
there.
today.
Gonna make
No,
that
yeah,
chase
Saturday.
happen, but Redis is gonna be able to find
They did it like like in your college. So they had like
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, and they're like, we're gonna go team. Boy.
Logan with a dance off, restabilizing Lunex, and they have not gotten off his point one after the other as they fall. Redis finds another.
I mean, if you want, you could Pinterest the heck out of it for the next however long before you need to actually commit.
Yeah, I mean, you can't give the point before you commit the fight.
All I'm saying, he or she,
Now they were even in percentage
I will teach
before
her
they even lost everybody.
golf.
TSM needed to stagger.
That's my gift.
I'm
just kidding.
And know that they lost the fight at that point, but instead losing it halfway through and then committing stuff is just unfortunate. Just unlucky timing as Iffy finds one, Redis and Tico find three, and you can't let the momentum affect you.
So
now.
when you need a babysitter,
It's going to be down and ultimate.
I'm
You
over here.
have that freedom charge.
As long as it's not after 5 p.m.
Especially when you're looking at Pizza Demon and Gilbert Noodle, who have both
Who
their
worked in
ultimates.
childcare longer?
Piece of the Abyss with that big anti-Tones right there to help back up
Who worked
Logan
in
and Silent
childcare
Blaze.
longer?
Keep your eyes too on Tico, who's going to be able to try to take a different off angle, but look behind you instead. TSM are looking at trying to play a little tricky for
I said not after 5 p.m.
There's the commitment down with the feet on the strategist like we're talking about.
Well, and not on stream days. You know what?
I'm just trying to get all the caveats out there.
All I'm gonna say is, I get a bottle, it gets bottled.
Like we had mentioned, is now going to try to find the time to get back on the very low in HP. Good movement, though,
milk!
and great work by the strategy. Eyes on in a tight time like this. Now here comes the commitment from Daredevil onto the back line. Is able to escape now.
First bourbon! Cheers!
Yeah. TSM needs to win this to move forward in this matchup.
I did teach my friend's daughter that.
Knowing they still have points.
All that dance of the Cutterfly used
I
up
looked at her
for the BRB to
I
bring
like,
back Logan,
pick
and
up a
now
ball, like, hey,
have the dance
here,
up
you grab
to
her
keep the
milk
sustain.
bottles.
If he finds another victim here, he down,
tilting it
and
up.
before it sinks the ship, the rest of Lunix have wrapped up around TSM. Only so much the Namor can do before they drop like flies, and Lunix are looking to take this match.
Lunax looked so strong there, running that Daredevil to another level, applying so much pressure onto the back line, doing a great job engaging together and then disengaging, just forcing out cooldowns and not worrying about if they needed KOs.
Those are the bands at the very, very, very top.
Oh, okay.
Those are the bands for each team, yeah.
I thought those were the
right there, really well done.
people they were playing.
Logan is such a good strategist too, right? Even though we saw him go down that one time, that BRB, the cover, the insurance policy of that BRB was just so impactful for the lineup of Lunex. Look at this, he's gone down twice, Logan too, that second time that we saw 21K on the board. The difference between the backline that was harassed by Iffy, who was a huge MVP in my opinion, in the way that they were able to be so impactful. Tones didn't even go down a single time.
Yeah, I mean, shout out again to the Vanguard frontline. This whole team is looking so good on the side of Lunax. They just are applying so much pressure. They're very comfortable in this kind of meta, where they're running this cap, running this Venom, and just keeping on the pressure of the backline. I mean, you look at Logan, I need to shout this out. We talked about being, one of those strategists that's kind of in danger against a dive meta, and then only going down twice. It's a testament to some insane positioning. You talked about the few picks that did go through on a Logan were BRB'd right back, and then coming back in with an ultimate, not committing the ultimate too early. That just takes another level of strategy. Again, Lunax, even the backline looking clean. This whole team is stepping up for sure.
It's another example, too, of a team like TSM who wants to put the save onto the Gambit, but not really being able to utilize it fully. Let's see what the different look of the pick and ban phase, though, is going to look like on the other side of this break for game number 2.
Hey.
Bro, how does Marvel Rivals on their website not have this tournament on their Marvel Rivals esports tab?
Not really.
Yeah, they have 2025 stuff, but
hey, that's our first person looking at us like,
yeah.
Y'all want to just close it out?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen,
honestly, I hadn't really been paying much attention to it.
Peace.
Are they streaming tomorrow? Is the tournament on tomorrow? At the same time as COD?
I don't think so. Well, part of it is because there's EMEA, but the Americas should be after. Just like it was today.
Okay, I submitted for YouTube.
Alright, so
Sweet.
we will obviously be live tomorrow for COD. Yep. Nice photo there. We might run into rivals, we'll see. If not, we'll definitely be checking out challengers. But with that said, when I say green, you say
Wall.
green.
Wall.
Thank you guys.